Fasten your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Chrissie is hilarious.
Chrissie, have you ever heard of the comedian Basha K. Ali?
No, that sounds like something you yell out before you blow up a plane.
Basha K. Ali!
30 seconds remaining.
But you know what good thing to say? I dabbled in stand-up or something. I haven't been disrespectful to you at all.
I was very confused by the title, Everything Everywhere All at Once, because that's also what we call it when Ash takes off his shirt. I shouldn't be up here. I should be in school on the other side of the ocean. Oh, darlings. Fealty, what's poppin'?
Nothing much. Just did some shopping on Amazon the other day. Really happy.
Ooh, are you sponsored by them?
No, but it was Amazon Day, and I got 30 rolls of paper towels. So I'm gonna be
Wow.
wiping with reckless, lack of care. It's gonna be great.
You're gonna be wiping down like it's early days of COVID. You're gonna be washing your groceries, spraying everything down.
Did you do that?
No,
No?
God, no. What I was in LA when the pandemic first popped off. It was like March 6th, 7th, 8th, or 9th, or something like that, 2020. And I remember being in shopping like a food store in West Hollywood, and everybody was like panicking and buying the Lysol wipes. You couldn't get a Lysol wipe if your life depended on it. So I panic bought a bunch of small bottles of Listerine, and then a big bottle of rubbing alcohol. And my bright idea was like, I'm going to dump out the Listerine and just bring small bottles of rubbing alcohol, like fly with them. Like I had this idea that I was going to make my own sanitizing fluid. That's what I needed to do. And I ended up bringing all the little bottles home and then eventually just dumping them out months later. Like, what the fuck was I doing?
I still have like 20 bottles of isopropyl alcohol, 99%.
Right?
But you put in a spray bottle with water and you cut it by 50%, and you could use it to wash the table, just random stuff.
And now I'm so anti that. Like if I get on a flight and someone tries to hand me a wipe, I can't, I just drop it on somebody else's desk. I'm done.
Do you stick your fingers in your butt and put it in their face? There you
go. If I'm really upset with someone, yeah, I'll do that.
Golly.
Welcome to Whatever Thursday. It's your favorite Whatever podcast recap show. And now it looks like we're driving down a road. Like we could even about face and it looks like we're in a car. You want to stop for McDonald's?
Yeah, sure. I'd love a McRib.
Giving the finger?
Oh, did someone cut you off?
That's how I drive, by the way.
In the cyberpunk world.
Yeah. So sorry for the delay, everyone. I needed to watch Loki for Friday Night Tights, and it only comes out at 9.
And oh, really? They do it weekly?
Yeah, and it's more than a half hour long, which is why we had to bump it back again. So I'm very sorry, but thank you all for your patience. What's new with you, Fealty?
Well, yeah, I got the paper towels. I also got some shampoo. Yeah. I'm excited about that.
Oh, fuck!
Bless you. Or get tuned tight.
That was an angry
blanket.
That was I have an angry German sneeze. I don't know if most people know this. That's why I hate sneezing, because my ethnicity comes out.
When you sneeze, does your right arm raise up or something?
Yeah, I kind of have to fight it back.
Oh gosh. That would be funny though. Some people sneeze into their, underarm.
The crook of their elbow.
Yeah, that's where the dab came from.
My dad always likes to sneeze into his jacket.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess it stops people from robbing him. They don't want to reach in there and get the snots.
Because he learned that from his grandfather, who would always sneeze into his Nazi uniform.
Wow, the purest snots,
Oh my God.
the greatest genetics nuts.
Just a blonde, blue-eyed sneeze. Oh my god! How did we get here, Fealty?
Yep. Accidentally got your channel canceled. Oh well.
Oops. It's all
There we
right.
go.
It's only a matter of time.
All right, should we get on into
We
it then?
should. We should.
Alright,
We
so-
shall, and we will.
We're gonna do the Officer Tatum episode
Ooh.
today, where we're gonna learn some things about Tatum. We've got some good chats that happen on it. Some good it was pretty tame, but good chats. Definitely not like Candace. So I'm going to bring it up here. I got it queued up here. Let me just put it back down to 1.25 because you guys aren't crazy like I am.
You don't know
watching
that.
things. Oh yeah, you rock the 2X.
Wow, 2X is intense.
I watch everything at 2X now. I can't do things at normal speed anymore. I'm
That's
a
what she
crazy
said.
person. Yeah. Everything it ends early. That's how I like it. Get it over and done with. All right, here we go. So we're at the where's my notes? So so a little backstory for some people. So on the show in the thumbnails, they've been using girls that aren't on the show. I've mentioned it a few times before where it's like,
Yes, you have mentioned this.
yeah, and apparently he explains why here. So here we go. We're going to learn why we have the AI girls.
Before we have our guests introduce themselves, a lot of you have been asking about the thumbnails. Brian, why do you put AI girls in the thumbnails? This is a new thing I've started doing. And it just basically comes down to women canceling last minute or no showing. So I'm kind of getting tired of constantly having to redo the thumbnails last minute or after the show.
Oh,
'Cause the
he's
flaking,
mad.
taking them out, putting someone else in.
Yeah.
If I schedule like
he's
10 girls,
mad.
on average, at least 4 are going to flake in under 24 hours. I've done over 100 shows. It's the rule, not the exception.
Welcome to the
We had 4 girls
world
scheduled for
of
today.
adult industry, Brian. Welcome, because this is what happens. Like from amateur all the way to the professional level. It's the deal. Adult film star girls or OnlyFans, whatever you want to call it. You want to call them sex workers, whatever. They're the flakiest. And you can hear in his voice, it's finally getting to him.
Yeah, because over the weeks we've been kind of learning a little bit more about like the behind the scenes and stuff, and apparently like he really is like the booker. Like he's doing
Yes.
all of that.
Wouldn't have bailed on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you would have brought 2 people with you. So
Yeah.
like you would have filled
And
the
Lila.
table.
And Keanu,
Mhm.
we would have been there.
And
We would have been prompt.
Lila's
AF.
small.
Mm-hmm.
Lila could have fit just, on
We
the side of the corner.
could have sat her on the table.
Yeah. And people
Mhm.
would have thought she's sitting down.
Yeah.
I still see
Group of them, they bailed last night claiming they had a mandatory meeting with their landlord on a Sunday at 6 p.m. Sounds valid, right? Honestly, and the crazy thing is, guys, doing the show, a lot of you think I'm stressed out doing the show. It's actually not so much doing the show. It's basically booking everybody and scheduling 20 people every single week, hoping they show up. It kind of sucks the life out of you. It's a lot harder than people think doing like guest booking and stuff. So I'm going to probably have to delegate that. So Nick's probably going to get on that pretty soon. What else do we have here? I think there's just... it happens every single show, guys. So sometimes I mention it, sometimes I don't, but just assume every single show we're dealing with flakes, we're dealing with people like no shows, people are late. So it is what it is. Sorry for our delay once again. And you're going to be dealing with that sort of stuff when it comes to dating, but we can get into that a little bit later. Anyways, without
nobody
further ado,
nobody here came to hear his bitching. Like you could tell everyone's like, get over it, or they don't care.
You read the whole back line is just like,
Nobody gives a
Tatum's
fuck.
just laughing. First girl who is she's a wild one. They
Ooh,
dig
Pink over here.
it. Yeah, Pink. Golly.
That tank top is hanging on for dear life.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any bra there, right? I don't think so. That's just free.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's like
No.
a dam. I'm about to watch a dam collapse. That's what I feel like when I look at this pink tank top.
I just can't help but feel when she walks, it's just like...
Yeah.
Okay. We got the intros coming in. Brian is ready to point the finger. Here
have
we
the guests
go.
introduce themselves. So please tell us your name, age, and occupation. Go ahead.
My name is Karen, also known as
Interesting.
Serena. I'm 38. I'm from the Bay Area, and I work in the dental field.
38. Okay, welcome.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Eileen. I'm 24 years old, and I'm studying at ASU as an industrial engineer.
Okay.
And I'm a little
do you do content
cross-eyed.
creation? Did I see that? Or
Finally,
was
we have
saying
our
that.
first semi cross-eyed, if not fully cross-eyed guest. Thank you for the representation.
And that pause right there just symbolizes it so well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good boobs though.
Great boobs.
Do
Oops. I double clicked. My bad. Here we
Yes.
go.
Would you?
TikTok
Oh, just TikTok.
and Instagram. Yeah.
You're not like doing OF or anything.
No, I'm
Okay,
not.
gotcha. What about you?
Diana, I'm 40. I'm in the dental field and
Wow.
real estate agent.
All right, welcome.
Those boobs aren't 40.
My name is Jessica. You can find me at rojaloca.com, and I do OnlyFans.
Age.
27.
Okay, and you do OF, correct?
Yes.
You do traditional scenes or like do you do prawn?
Yes, I do scenes of me
everything,
taking
just-
Do you do
cookies out
solo
of the
content,
oven.
PG, girl? What do you do?
Just solo content.
Just okay, gotcha. What about you?
Just me
My name is
pulling a
Julia.
rope.
I am 29. I'm from Washington, D.C., and I'm a consultant for a technology firm.
All right, welcome.
My name is Claudia. I'm 34 and I'm a neuropsychologist.
Claudia looks like a ventriloquist puppet.
24, and I'm a pastry chef at Moonstone Grill.
Yes, you are, girl. She's
Yeah,
a chef. She's a pastry taster. She's a pastry arranger. When they go stale, guess what? This girl's on it. You know what I mean? She takes care of throwing them out at the end of the night when they're supposed to go into the trash. She she makes sure they go right into the trash. Oh yeah. Straight into the trash, not into my car at all. Not into a big thing of Tupperware that I take home.
If it makes it that far. A friend of mine, he works at a pizza place, and I know what they throw out, and I'm just so tempted, like, you know.
Yeah. I'm not above that. I one time rooted through a bag of bagels that was outside. When I lived in Williamsburg, I dug through a bag of bagels that was outside that they were throwing out. And a lot of them were still good. I took them home, froze them, ate them.
Yeah, they're in a bag, you know.
Yeah. I mean, they were in a big garbage bag. But I opened them like a fucking raccoon.
We like looking around at every sound, like. Oh,
I mean,
no.
Williamsburg, I mean, as you guys know, New York has the best bagels. They had like the best everything bagels. Like I'm talking every square millimeter of bagel was covered in seeds. Like, and I'm talking big salt chunks. Like, okay, now I really want one.
All it needs is some bacon, egg, and cheese on it, and you're good to go.
See, I can't do a bagel and a sandwich together. That's too, it takes away the specialness of the bagel itself. Like I could see maybe a plain, but if you're gonna get a cool, like an everything bagel, you have to savor that on its own. Don't distract the flavors with some egg and some bacon, unless you're like so fucking hungry and hungover. Then I get it.
Well, I like getting like a cinnamon raisin bagel with egg and cheese on it because you get the sweet and the savory with it.
Ew!
And get some cheese too.
What?
Ketchup on
So
there.
you're mixing cinnamon and savories together?
Oh yeah, and the raisins in there. It is a party in the mouth.
That's no.
Do you ever get an egg bagel with egg and cheese on there?
I have not in a while.
What do you do? What is your egg
I
and
do it
cheese go
if I'm gonna do a bacon, egg, and cheese. I'll do it on a roll.
Really?
Yeah.
Toasted?
No, just a straight up roll. And it's they make it the way they make it in New York, like at a deli, like at a bodega, they fucking smush down the roll.
I don't like that. I got like a what is it? Peanut butter and jelly, and they squished it, and I was like, why? I want the fluff. You
They like to squish it because it's warm too. It gets all melded together.
Yeah, I don't like toast. Like, if you get like a Subway sandwich, I don't like it toasted because then it gets all flaky, and then you're losing sandwich that way.
When you toast something, the clock is ticking on toasted bread. Okay, you got to get that in your mouth ASAP. If you don't, it's gonna get hard. It's gonna ruin the whole vibe of the sandwich. So I agree.
Well, that's sometimes the
Toasted-
point, though.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say my grandma. She used to dry out the Italian bread, and then once it
Yes,
get, like,
that's what
really
Frank's mom
hard-
does.
Oh, really?
He's always got bags of bread in the fucking fridge.
Yeah, because once it gets hard, you then break it down. Now you have your breadcrumbs. So now you have like an actual Italian breadcrumb instead of what you get in the poopy breadcrumbs.
That's what they do.
They're Japanese breadcrumbs. All right, well, let's see. Let's get back on. Oh, we've got a super chat here.
Oh.
From JB05.
JB,
speaking
thank
of
you.
bagels.
Thank you. We won't need to put this in the bagel fund because we'll just go rooting for them in the trash.
I'm so tempted. I mean, they've got chicken rolls in the trash. They've got pizza
you
in
can't.
the
No,
trash. Like,
that's why you got to do dry items only when you're rooting through the trash for food. Like anything that's wet or had an egg involved, that's not good trash food. You got to stick with breads like croissants, muffins, bagels. Nothing that's been wet or had a condiment on it.
some croissants. You know, I love for croissants. I like the Burger King breakfast croissant with egg and cheese and the French toast sticks.
Okay, that's see, you're all about the mixing of savory and sweet.
I like to go on a journey, you know, and I eat it. Especially, I get 2 of the French toast sticks orders, 2 of the croissants with egg and cheese. Put the ketchup on the egg and cheese croissant, and then you mix. You see, you do croissant first because you want to start with the salty, savory. Then you do the French toast sticks order, and then you go back to half of a croissant with egg and cheese.
This is how you end up on 600-pound life. Okay, you can't be eating like this, and that's part of the reason why I really don't fuck with bagel sandwiches. It's calories alone.
Yeah,
it's too much.
Yeah, bagels. You know, but it's so good. I mean, as a New Yorker, how do you not though?
I can't even remember last time I had a bagel, to be totally honest.
Really?
Yeah, it's been years.
I just don't have the money for it anymore. I mean, now they're selling like bagels or like with egg and cheese, like it's like $5-6.
Yeah,
and it's like crazy. If you want to get some bacon on there, you're looking at like $8. It's like, what the heck? You know, I'd rather go buy some eggs, steal the bagels from the trash, and then, you know, there you go.
Boom.
You're back to sanity.
Yeah.
But okay, let's stop torturing the people. We're going to learn about Officer Tatum, or Tate-Yum.
All right, my name is Brandon. I'm 36 years old, and I do so many things. I don't know which one to pick, but I do a YouTube channel.
The Officer Tatum.
Yes.
How long have you been, were you were in the military previously, right?
No, I was a police officer.
For some reason, I thought you were in the military before you were a police officer.
No.
I knew you were a police officer, but I thought even before that. Okay.
No, I had aspirations
Chrissy
to
didn't
do
like
it,
the car.
But I just became a cop.
At what age did you?
I like it. Someone in the chat was complaining.
Oh, was it making them sick? You know, there's a game on Steam that's literally just a car that drives on a road in the cyberpunky kind of look that you could record and use for like backgrounds and stuff.
Okay.
You could steer the car a little bit, but there's really like no point to the game. It's just you drive forward. There's like no turns or anything. Makes no sense. Fun game though. I recommend it.
Get into law enforcement.
I think I was about 23 years old.
23. And so from what year to what year were you, how long were you in the force?
About 6.5 years, from 2011 to 2017.
Gotcha. And then you started doing
content creation.
Yeah, I was doing content creation.
We've got a Nina Infinity raid going
A
on
Nina raid. Nina, I'll send you a link if you would like to join. Thank you for the raid.
There she is. I was looking for the name. Oh, I'm a little bit blind. I don't know.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, I'm getting old.
So while I was a cop, and then it just led to me doing it full time.
Did you get into like any trouble?
No, people love me.
Okay.
The cops love me. I was like the voice of the police department. So
that's awesome. Cool. All right, we're going around the table
huge.
once
You
more.
can
So tell us your current relationship.
It's easy to be
status.
lovable when you can kick everyone's ass.
Like, if I was on the force, I'd be like, could I get, like, scheduled with him as my partner? Because then I will have no trouble. Oh, Nina said sure.
Woohoo. Right,
so we'll wait up for Nina to do, they're going to do relationship status.
Oh.
The girl in the pink, though, I mean, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not into that hair. It was like, remember the movie Mars Attacks? There was a girl
You're
in
not
that
into
movie
Princess Jasmine hair? Come on.
No. I mean, I would fly her on a magic carpet.
You don't like her glued down baby hairs in the front?
No, I definitely don't like that.
That she definitely fashioned with a toothbrush?
That's like the New York or Puerto Rican 90s style right there.
Yeah.
And they're really into Salinas.
Oh, those aren't even hoops at this point. That's like those are bracelets in her ears.
Oh, yeah, those are pretty big. You remember back in the day that all the Puerto Ricans used to say bet for everything? Like, I bet.
I think they're still saying that.
Oh, great saying.
Wow, Nina with like impeccable
Yeah.
quickness. Hi, Nina.
Hey.
Welcome to whatever Wednesday on a Thursday.
Thank you. I was just playing video games and we finished, and I saw you were you were streaming, and I was like, let me try this like raid thing, and you had allowed me to raid your channel, which I'm so glad because you're like the only person that's given me permission to raid. So
wow.
like,
See, Frank set all that up. I didn't know you had to give permission to raid.
Yeah, you do. And I was like, oh, she's done it. I can raid her channel.
Not want to raid. Who doesn't want more people?
Exactly. So I'm so glad you did that. And hello, hi up there. I don't know if I've ever streamed with you or not.
No, not yet. No, unless was there like a recap thing? I think we were on together or something for something. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, nice to meet you, Fealty.
Nice to meet you too. What game were you playing?
Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, complex.
Is that a good one?
Oh my god, it's so fun. It's so fun.
It's a hard game.
Is it?
Yeah, it's in like one of the more like complex games out there right now. Like,
well, I guess so. I mean, it depends. It depends how much of a noob you are to gaming. It took me a minute to get used to it, but it was fine.
Is it more difficult than Paper IO? What was that game I was playing?
I don't even know what the hell that is.
You were playing Slither IO.
Slither IO.
I don't even know what that is. So
it's snakes.
Yeah, it's the IO game where you're a snake. You got to eat the orbs, or you can like have other people go into your wall and stuff.
Yeah, it's a little bit more complex. It's just like D&D, Chrissy.
Yeah.
It's just like Dungeons and Dragons. You're basically playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
Like digital Dungeons and Dragons.
That's neat.
You got the dice and everything. They do the rolls. It's like
the full 20-sided dice, that whole thing?
It's like the whole thing.
D&D is great, Chrissy. You should play it sometime. You'd enjoy it. Just saying. You should do a D&D stream.
It's fun.
I would love to see that.
If I do, you'll be involved, Fealty.
I mean, I don't really. I've only played a few times, and I've killed everybody in my party because I didn't know what a battlement was, and I didn't listen to the DM after they said multiple times, but there's a battlement there, and I was like, no, as a rogue, I'm going to climb the wall, go over the other side, and then hide in shadows. And then I was seen because a battlement is the walkway at the top of a wall, and they saw me, and the entire army came out and killed everybody.
I thought battlements are what you pop in your mouth when you have bad breath during battle.
I was just picturing like, you know, a castle wall.
You pillage a town, you meet a cute lady, you pop in a battlement.
You should make some Chrissy's battlements now and sell it as some merch.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's funny.
All right, how long till
Yes.
Pink Tank Top falls apart? Till the Tank Top abandons ship.
I mean, I can't get into the bet because I already know.
Oh,
wait, are you saying like she's falling apart? Like she's gonna fall out her boobs? Like,
no, this tank top is hanging on for dear life, and so
oh my god, I know. Yeah,
it's only a matter of time till it like snaps.
The boobs look like they're gonna pop out any minute.
There's no bra here. The boobs are being held up by the table alone.
It's true.
Is it me, or do the boobs get bigger from like left to right as you go? Well, maybe
that's
the
what I
middle
think.
girl.
I was like, he might be seating people by their boob size. But
you know what I'll never understand, Chrissy, is like, remember when we were growing up, if you were like even a little bit overweight, like you had a muffin top or something, it was like there's
the
no
end of the world.
Yeah, like, but there's no way in hell that you would ever wear a crop top if you had a muffin top.
Never.
And now it's like, hey, look at this girl. Like she doesn't give a
baby
fuck.
tees were off the table for me throughout middle school, throughout high school, and they were in style. The bell bottoms were in style, the Jinkos and the baby tees, the little crop tops, but I did not wear one because I knew what I was working with.
Yep, same here. I never wore any. I think that's one of the reasons that I wear them so much now is because I'm taking it out on the fact that I couldn't before. So now
you
I'm like,
to make up for middle school.
Exactly. But these chicks, it's like, I mean, like, but man, no shame.
And it sounds like Brian is getting increasingly exasperated with these OnlyFans girls because he's realizing how flaky most of them are. And I don't say that, like, I have a ton of friends who do it, but like if you do OnlyFans and you're a comedian, or OnlyFans and you stream, or you do something else, I take you out of that group. Like if you only really do OnlyFans or escorting or like mainstream porn, you tend to be like extremely flaky. And it's like I can stereotype because I've dealt with it so much that I'm like, yeah, it's just how it is. And I don't think these girls are being paid to do this show. So it's like,
no.
If you get a job at the last minute or, something that will give you hundreds or thousands of dollars, you're going to be like, oh yeah, fuck this podcast. Like, and a lot of these girls are not they don't see the value in podcasting really. You'd think the fact that it's a huge show alone would motivate them to, get there on time and do the show. But it's not really a priority for a lot of these gals because they're young.
And they already make a lot of money, so they probably don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know about these things. Muffin top and stuff like that. I don't know such things.
If you had a muffin top in the 90s or the early aughts, you would know, and you would you didn't even need to be shamed. Like, you knew. You wouldn't dare don any type of crop top or even anything. You would try not to even have a Winnie the Pooh moment. You'd make sure your shirts were long enough to cover whatever stomach situation you had.
No low-rise jeans. And back then, it was like nearly impossible to find high-waist jeans because it was all low-rise jeans. And you were like, holy fuck, I want to kill myself.
Yeah, because it was Britney Spears' heyday and everyone was doing a low-slung jean with a hip bone hanging out. But again, if you have a muffin top, you're out with crop tops and you're out with the low-slung jeans. So you're really you're left with
very
sweatpants, tarps.
Yeah. Sweatpants and fucking leggings, but not the type of because you remember the flare leggings that they had?
Yes. There was no leggings culture in the 90s and early aughts like there is today.
No, not at all.
There was also the UFO pants era, which was amazing. The rocker
UFO
chicks,
pants?
Like the giant, yeah,
they were either parachute pants or because it was made from actual parachute material, so it would just be like this big bag, but for the girls it would taper at the top, so the tush was perfectly shown, and then they'd wear thongs because it was the thong era, and but they'd always pull up the thongs.
It was
yeah.
It was like the world just discovered thongs.
That thong.
You hike it up and you let it hang out in class, and whoever's sitting behind you gets to check it out.
I used to do that all the time. I'd wear the low-rise jeans and have the thong sticking out with the bands.
I was too scared to even purchase thongs because I just was like, no, these are gonna end up in the wash. My mom's gonna be like, what are these? So I had to just wear safe underpants.
I dress
still do that though. We've seen the video of you and Anthony Cumia.
Hold on. No, I don't have them on today. Actually, I do have big ones on today.
Granny panties.
Oh yeah,
they're called briefs.
That's why Anthony went into the hospital, because he saw those underpants. Oh my God. Sure enough, Chrissy killed Anthony Cumia.
I know, his heart stopped. He's like, they're just so big.
He did a legit double take. He was like, oh my God. That was so funny. Did that post yet?
What?
The underpants video?
Oh, I don't know. Was it in the drafts?
It might be. We don't know. This might not have been clipped. It might not exist.
Okay, let's keep watching.
Yeah.
Starting a relationship,
changing topic,
talking stage, situationship, friends with benefits, married, polycule, harem, sex cult. People are all kinds of interesting and different situations. So tell us that. If you're single, how long have you been single, and what's the longest relationship you've ever been?
Oh, we should fill in Nina. So so we're doing the whatever stuff. So we usually do the intros. They just did their intros, and now they do relationship status. So we get a little bit of backstory on each person, who they are, and we get to learn about them. And we lost Nina.
Wow, that's how you know we're an interesting show. We can't keep a guest for more than 5 minutes.
I'm sorry, people.
He's like, that's nice, but look at the time. Anything came up.
We got OnlyFanned. That's what happened.
Yes. I didn't know Nina was an adult entertainer.
She's an entertainer of the games. It was Baldur's Gate. She rolled to 1 and internet.
That's actually what a hilarious way to leave a stream.
To freeze and drop out. See, I'm just worried that your internet might poop out. It'll just be me here like Garth.
Oh no. I think I did a speed test on my internet. I think I'm back.
Oh, that doesn't really matter. Speed test is, I mean, anyone could have a good speed test for like 20 seconds. What matters is the in perpetuity of the whole thing. Yeah, it only takes about 3 seconds. And she's back.
For now.
Yep. We both clicked it.
I don't know what happened because
I thought you were making a dramatic exit.
My computer just shut itself down for a minute.
It's like, well, you've had enough. It's like when you're watching Netflix for too long. It's like, are you sure you're still doing this?
It was totally like that. I was like, what the hell? Because I thought the power went out. So I'm like, what the hell's going on? But the power was like out, like it was on everywhere else. And I'm like, why is my computer off? I don't understand. Anyways, I'm here. Sorry.
Good.
That's not good. All right, so I'll hit play. So we're gonna. I was filling you in as you dropped out. We go through like the intro portion. So now they're gonna do their relationship status. We'll get a little bit of backstory of them and their relationships and stuff.
Okay.
So here we go.
And then go ahead.
I'm currently single. I just got out of a 4-year relationship in May. I was in a lesbian relationship. And right now, I'm in a situationship.
Okay, you're currently seeing somebody.
Sneaky link, yeah.
A sneaky link.
Yeah.
Okay. For those who don't know what a sneaky link is, what's a sneaky link? Because some people might not know.
It's like a
somebody that you're
WikiLeaks.
seeing, but you don't want nobody to know, or they don't want. It's
I
kind of like a
actually didn't
secret
know.
situation.
Oh,
Okay,
so they're
I see.
married or they're
And
in
you
an
said so your
they're in
previous
a
relationship, which was 4
So
years,
you're
you said that was a
cheating.
lesbian
Yeah.
relationship. Do you consider yourself to be lesbian? Are you bi? What do you
I'm
consider?
bisexual.
You're
She's
bi.
a
Okay.
lesbian
And the woman
homewrecker.
who you were with, was she bi or was she lesbian?
She claimed to be lesbian.
Oh,
to be
that means she
Claimed
didn't
to
eat your
be.
pussy. That means she didn't go
But-
down. That's what that means.
But
There's a but. It sounds
But I
like.
caught her sucking dick one
so
night.
I just recently found out that I was cheated on with a man.
She cheated. She got with a man.
Call
There
it.
is
cheated on
nothing
me
that will
with
make
a
a
man.
gay person angrier than dating someone who does not go down on them. I've talked to many gays that they will be like, I thought this person was gay, but then they wouldn't suck my dick or they wouldn't go down on me. And that nothing upsets a gay more than this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why is that though?
Because you feel like you're at PhD level and you're with someone on I don't want to say training wheels. You're with someone who's like a freshman in college. Do you know what I mean? You just go, I'm not here to take you through your first fucking gay relationship. You know what I mean? Like, meet me at my level. Please, come on, just touch. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Is there someone gay in the chat that can have my back here?
Well, if they're
like,
dudes though, like aren't they? Or like, okay, if dudes don't go down another dude, isn't it more gay that the fact if they're taking something in the butt than it would be to go down on the person?
if they're finding like, yeah, that the gay person they're dating is like kind of weirdly prudish, it's like, oh, you're like not even really into me. You're not even really into being gay. And a lot of times it's like it's a thing where the person's trying it out.
Daniel says he's a gay and he knows what you mean.
You need a seasoned gay needs another seasoned gay. You're not if you're a seasoned gay, like even if Frank and I were to break up tomorrow, it would be like, let me date a 20-year-old virgin. No, I would not. I would need another seasoned straight. You know what I mean? Someone who has as many miles as I do.
Well, I guess, yeah, maybe it is more personal, the going down on, than the other thing. I guess, maybe, because it's, your mouth.
The mouth needs to be down there.
Yeah.
Okay, Daniel says, yeah, otherwise it's
Yes,
so
yes.
awkward and it never works. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if I become gay, I will make sure.
If you become gay, so
It's
there's a chance.
It's like you're
No.
with someone who's kind of asexual, is what
Well,
I'm told it feels like.
If I'm still single by 50, at that point, why not? Screw it. I'm 50.
You're gonna try it.
50's your gay year. Okay.
Yeah, that's my gay year. 50 is my cutoff. The
I'm
silver
literally gonna
50
put it
fox.
in my calendar.
Really? All right. At 50, hopefully I won't be single then. Or else
It's like
things
those
will get
people that
interesting.
make like engagements with their friends or something. Like if we're not married by
Yeah.
this time,
Save the date. 2043 is the year of the gay.
Yeah, Fealty's like, I'm gonna go gay. If I'm not married by 50, I'm going gay.
Yep.
A mid-gay crisis. Yes, thank you.
A mid-gay crisis.
Redstone.
This is why the chat's great. Golly.
Dick is on the table at 50.
It is on the table at that point. Imagine you wait till you're 50 to be gay, and then you're like, oh my god, this is fantastic. Why did I wait so long?
I know. What if you like
Yeah.
it so much?
Well, at
And
that
you're
point,
like,
I'm so
"What?"
old. It's not like I'm gonna have kids and stuff anyway. So you know,
You could have a butt baby. No.
Oh my
I have that every day. Like I wake up, you know, I give birth, take a pee pee. You know,
Gross.
Wow.
yeah. All right. On that note,
Man.
Was there more than one man? Multiple men?
Supposedly, from what I
Okay,
heard.
so
Wow.
she's
Okay.
Yeah.
she's all over
And
the
you
place.
thought she was full blown.
Yes.
She was full like proper
Masculine,
lesbian.
lesbian.
But she had sex.
A
I guess that doesn't really
masculine
make her a
lesbian.
lesbian then.
Right.
That would make her maybe bi.
Exactly.
So she was.
Do they not say the D
misleading with
word
her-
anymore?
Yeah,
Being a
it was. She was.
The B word?
The D word.
The D
you
word.
know, like
What's
a
the D word?
bicycle.
Yeah, like a
but with the-
bicycle. Is that bad
Oh.
to say?
Dyke is fine.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it's actually a legit it's also a term for like a waterway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. It's
like a waterway dike. Because usually when they're saying masculine lesbians, isn't that what a dyke is? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I
Dyke,
don't know why
yeah,
she doesn't
a
say
dyke is a masculine lesbian, and a femme is like a feminine. Those are
Feminine.
these were phrases before we had 45
Before-
genders.
Yeah. Before.
Yes, a Dutch
dykes and the
waterway.
fights.
Thank you.
the Dutch.
I blame the Dutch for all these lesbians. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Them and their fjords.
Wait, can we just look at NKFD's photo?
I know. I was really appreciating that hair.
He's creating a lampshade with his hair.
That is a mood.
Yes, it really is.
I dig the beard. Good job. You know.
Or a butch. Yeah, they're also called butch.
Yes, a butch.
Yeah, hit me up when I'm 50.
Why wait?
Oh my god.
Honestly, why wait? Just do it. Just try
Nah, that's the cutoff is 50.
Just
straight
jump
until
in.
50.
it. Just get
Yeah.
drunk one day and see what happens.
Not gonna happen. All right, here we go. Let's learn
She was
about.
hiding it. She was hiding it really well.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I had my, suspicion
She is
that,
so
some things, just the things that she would tell me.
Yeah.
And the fact that her boy would come over on the weekends that I was out of town, even though there was a ring camera. So, there was just kind of like, I
Wow,
thought it
not
was
even
really
smart about
suspicious.
it.
Were you guys were living together?
Yeah. We were living together.
Oh, so you had access to
Pink
the
shirt
camera.
seems
Yes.
like the type
And
to
you'd see it.
spy on you, though.
Oh.
There's something sneaky about her.
What is going on with that girl next to
Officer Tatum.
yeah.
She's a pastry chef.
Or
She came because she thought there'd be pastries. She was told there'd be desserts, and there aren't.
What is she wearing? She's like, I don't know.
She's wearing a button down. She looks like who's that?
Is that-
Who's that chef that's like hangs out in the Hamptons? Oh my god. Her husband's name is Jeffrey. The Barefoot Contessa. She's giving me Barefoot Contessa vibes.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh
neither do
my
I.
god, Nina. She's hilarious. You have to watch her. She's just all her recipes are like with like extremely expensive ingredients. Everything is like truffled butter. She's like big and fat. And
Oh my god, I just looked her up.
everything she makes and but she's like bougie Hamptons chic, and she's just
She does give
she's
that
very
vibe.
she's very elite, and like the problems of the peons like us just like never affect her because she's always just like, I just pulled a
Wow.
bread out of the oven for Jeffrey, and Jeffrey like might be gay because we like never really
Because he's
see him.
50.
Yeah,
This
there
lady?
there she is.
Yeah, that's her.
That's my
I just looked her
girl.
up.
She looks like a senator.
She does look like a politician's wife. Ina Garten, thank you. You have to, in your spare time, watch a video of her.
Okay.
She lives in a bubble. She lives in a delightful cooking bubble. All cooking stars kind of do in a way.
God, I want the food she's cooking.
Mm-hmm.
There's not many like pictures with the food though. Oh, here we go.
Or Jeffrey.
Who's Jeffrey?
Her husband.
Her husband.
Who she's
Oh,
always talking about how
goodness.
she's cooking things for, but we never see
Oh,
him.
there's a picture cooking
Oh,
for
Jeffrey
Jeffrey.
just came home. Yeah, cooking for Jeffrey. Everyone was like, he's gay. He's never around. She finally had to make a book about him.
Golly, this site does not load.
And it's a steal at $5.98.
Yeah. Well, screw you, Amy DeYoung.
All right, now I'm gonna have to get that book.
Let's see. I want to see this man. Okay.
This looks like the man that broke into what was it? Pelosi's house. Was it Nancy Pelosi's husband who got caught doing gay shit? Who was it?
They look happy.
Oh, like the gay dude?
Yeah, the gay guy who
yeah.
broke into their house.
I forget what his name is, but I remember the situation. The hammer.
Jeffrey currently has a butt plug in. I'll tell you that much.
Wow.
Keanu.
Daniel
Daniel gets it. Daniel has good gaydar because he is a gay. It's a stock photo husband. Yeah. They, I think, have a Clinton situation where Ina is a lesbian and he's a gay, but they have to keep up appearances.
Well,
Not
what if
unlike
he's trans.
Not unlike.
Yeah, but like
you
the
would think it's
Clintons, only Hillary was gay.
He is also gay.
Really? I thought he was just a rapist.
Yeah, the picture of him in the dress on the couch.
He's all of it. He's all the
that's
things. Yes, he's
right.
holding Jeffrey captive in the Hamptons.
He's into all of that. You're
If
right.
he tries to leave, she's gonna whack his knees with a hammer.
She really looks like
For
a
Jeffrey, 1 cup cyanide.
Rat poison.
Oh, look at them. Don't they look
Aw.
happy?
Jeffrey doesn't like to walk on the leaves. He says the crunching of the autumnal foliage gives him nightmares.
Are you reading this off
No,
something?
no, I'm just,
Oh.
She's just narrating the picture.
It sounded so real though. Like I was like
Crunching of the fall leaves reminds him of his older brother who broke his hamster in front of him.
golly.
Oh my god.
Oh, isn't it? Look at that.
Oh, Jeffrey's
know.
crying for help.
I just don't trust, like, you see a husband of someone who cooks and the
there he is
husband isn't
kissing her.
fat. Look at
Oh
this kiss.
God!
Oh,
Look at all these
oh.
photos they had to do. Look, he's straight. See? He's picturing his eyes, and
That's a different man.
Wait, that's a
closing his
different
eyes and
dude.
He's picturing his
Yeah.
college roommate.
That's not
Yes.
the same dude.
He's a different
No,
guy.
it's-
Because he's
But that
looking at
that
her
guy's looking
lustfully.
at
This
looking at
man-
her like he wants to eat her though. Like he's like
or
She
sniff
looks
her.
like she's about to put Jeffrey in hospice.
I'm just enjoying looking at this lady.
Jeffrey's favorite part of Thanksgiving is when he falls asleep and doesn't have to look at my face.
Oh my
Ew.
god.
A word on why Ina Garten never had children? I could think of one reason. Your husband's gay.
Wait, she really didn't have kids?
That's
Why
what
did
the
she
article says.
Wow. I guess that's where she gets her happiness from.
Aw.
How dare you?
Oh, I was more into what's her name with the really big head. She's Italian and her head's way too large for her body.
Jada?
Yeah, Giada.
Jada. Oh, Lollipop Head. Yes, Jada Di Lorenza, I think her name is. I went to her restaurant in Vegas. It's gorgeous.
Di Laurentiis.
Jada Di Laurentiis. Yes, that would be your Italian queen.
Okay.
She's like a hot Natalie Portman.
Yeah, but her head is too large for her body, though.
Oh my God, Fealty. This is why you turn women down who throw themselves at you, because you look at Jada and you go, her head's too big.
Yeah, well, like, I'm not saying I would say no, but
I
it
think
is
you
oddly...
would. I think Jada would throw herself at you and be like, oh, could you just deflate your head a little bit and come back?
I wouldn't. I would not. Not Giada. Though there is a striking resemblance between Giada and someone.
Yeah.
Of which I just said no to that moment. That wasn't like a no like for all time.
Wow, the chat is being pretty vicious on Jada. Midget arms.
T-Rex. I mean, it is. I'm just saying it is. It's a little bit larger for the frame. This one, she looks a little better and more proportionate.
Oh my God, you have no control over how big your head is.
I know. I don't hold it against her.
Her
Just,
mouth
you know,
is big too, you guys.
It's just something I've noticed.
Beat Garzel. Jeffrey the Ped. Here, look, I slipped when I was hanging Christmas lights in my cell.
Yeah.
You know, Jeffrey, they say Jeffrey had an accident in jail, but I think he hung himself just to avoid me. 200 watt broke his hamster. His brother is Richard Gere. Push-ups, what's up, push-ups? Fealty, come chill upstate and avoid the riots.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yes, don't you want to hang out with push-ups?
Well, isn't there, you're doing a show upstate this Saturday, right?
Ardsley. Yes,
Yeah.
at the Sawmill Tavern.
Mm-hmm.
Come if you like.
I don't have the money for that.
Ah.
Yeah.
If you start walking now, you can
I could get there in time. Yeah, I could do that walk. I could. All right, so yeah, let's get back on into the relationship stuff. Sorry for the that
was
coming over.
Quite a turn.
Yeah, it was fun. This is where we learned things. We saw a big head.
I see her friend.
Oh, you thought it was a friend?
Her boy, yeah.
Okay.
Homeboy.
But they were really
lovers.
Wow,
Yeah. So supposedly before me, they were boyfriend girlfriend.
Anna's gonna flip out.
Okay.
And I
so
didn't
they
know
had a
that.
history.
Yeah, they had a history.
She didn't tell you that?
She didn't. She just said that he was super in love with her and he was like obsessed with her. He would do anything. So he agreed that he would only, be friends with her.
What was your reaction when you found out definitively that she was cheating on you?
And my heart dropped and I was like, my facial expression, I think, lasted like this for like a whole week because I was so shocked.
It was stuck.
It was just
It was
like,
stuck.
it was just like, it was more of a, oh my God, I was coming home and, I was putting my mouth on you and there was a man in there.
There was what?
A man in there.
Oh,
A man in there. She's like, I tasted dick remnants.
Good times.
Yeah.
Good times.
Unexpected threesome.
Do you mind me asking what?
Wait, hold on. Stop.
Oh, sorry.
If you're going to speak, you got to speak into the mic, okay?
Oh, come on, Brian. We can
Do you
hear
mind
her
me asking
fine.
what you consider yourself?
I'm bisexual.
Oh, I'm bisexual. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
Now we're gonna
like your
learn
previous
something.
relationships, were they?
I've had my real relationships have been with men
Okay.
before her, but I did have, again, sneaky links
I
with,
just
with
put that
women.
one up.
Got it.
before.
Okay. What about you? You're
Yeah, so I'm single. My last relationship was
Cross-eyed?
like a month and a half or 2 months, and my longest relationship it was 2 years and a half.
your last relationship. It was a month and a half ago.
Yes, ago.
How long was that relationship?
Just want to point out, I pointed out a large head, you pointed out cross-eyed. So just saying.
Okay, well,
We can meet in the middle on that. Like
sure.
your eyes.
Okay. I can overlook.
A month and a
It's
half.
hard to overlook cross eyes. You know what I mean? A big head, you can look somewhere else on the head. The eyes are pretty center.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. But if the head is large, the eyes are pretty center of a very large head. And as a guy, you might want to look at the body, which then looks really small in comparison. But like I said,
Aw.
I would not say no to her. And I promise now, until I'm 50, I will not say no to any girl that comes my way.
Yeah,
Any
right.
girl. Just saying. My DMs are open. Here we go.
Oh, your last relationship was a month and a half, and it was a month and a half ago.
Yes.
I see. Okay. All right. Have you had a rebound since?
I have not.
Was that the rebound? Because that could have been the rebound. That was the rebound.
I guess.
Was it the rebound of the rebound of the rebound?
Oh my
If
God.
you want to say it,
How
yeah,
did
like
Brian
that.
Well, I
not
don't know.
learn?
You tell,
I mean-
you tell me.
Yeah.
Don't try to be funny, Brian.
I don't think so.
It's
No,
not your
because I was
fault.
like single for like probably 2 years and a half, and then I got in this relationship before
Years
the
and a
other
half.
one. So yeah.
Your friend there is smiling like she knows something that you're
She
not telling
loves
us.
measuring half of months, half of years. She likes
Yeah.
her half. That's how you can tell someone hasn't been in a long relationship. They go half.
Well, it's like when you're a kid. Like, I'm 4.5 years old.
Yeah.
You know, she's a child of relationship.
Okay, good.
See, I can figure out who's saying what by their friend's reaction.
Yeah.
Because I saw her react to something she said, and I saw her react to something
She
she
was
said.
on
Yeah,
a
that
like,
deep
Yeah.
voice.
kind of like a not
Dating show.
You were on a dating
So
show?
she was going on dates with different guys to find that guy.
The love
What
of
was-
my life.
To find the love of your life?
Well,
Yes.
supposedly, yeah.
What was the dating show?
It's a Latino
the
show.
The Bachelorette?
No, it's a
It's for
Latino
Latinos.
show. Yeah.
Oh,
So
it's like televised.
can I say the name?
Maybe
Yeah.
Nina
Oh,
knows
it's called Enamorándonos.
Oh my god.
She knows, I guess.
She watches the
She
show.
watches the
No,
show.
I work on it.
Really?
Oh yeah, but I won't.
En
this year
todos
to go. Yeah.
baños.
But yeah, I dated that guy from that show for a month and a half.
Okay, all right. Okay. What about you?
I've been single for like 6 years. The longest
What?
relationship was about almost 4 years.
Were you
Must be
married?
crazy.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Uh-huh.
Not-
Never get married.
She must be
Twice.
crazy.
And I took the ring
Her
and then I sold
boobs
it.
call
Sold it.
all the shots.
Proposed to twice.
Mm-hmm.
Took the ring,
Proposed
sold the
to
ring.
Both of
twice.
them. They were
Both the
beautiful.
rings.
Got money for them. Mhm.
How much did you pawn them for?
One was like 15 and the other one was almost 2,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
All right. So never want to get. Do you have kids?
I have one adult.
One adult?
Yeah, he's not a kid anymore.
How old?
He's 19.
Okay, so you were like
have one
21 when you
adult.
had your.
I was 20.
son.
I was 20 when I had him. I turned 21 2 months after.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Wow.
Got it. Okay. So you said you've been single for 6 years.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's been some people in the picture in
That
that
I've
time
talked
period.
to, yeah.
Are you currently talking to a guy?
No.
There's no guy in the picture.
No.
Nothing.
Nope.
No sneaky links.
Nope.
Zero sneaky
I don't
links.
have patience for a guy. I'm busy with my life right now, and I don't have the patience for one.
Okay.
I don't.
Oh
Zero
my
patience
God,
for
Zero.
he
men.
would be perfect
Zero.
for Kevin Samuels.
Okay. Have you sworn men off?
Oh yeah.
Have you sworn them off?
Like tell them like to fuck off.
No. Like in general,
Sounds like
generally
you
speaking,
have.
you've sworn off men. Like you just no longer want to.
No,
deal
I
with
mean
them.
I'm pretty sure the perfect one will come along. The right one will come along.
No.
Just right now,
See,
they're all
that's
trash.
why she's been single. Is
All-
because she's
all
looking
men
for
are-
perfect.
Mm-hmm.
There's no such thing as perfect.
Nope.
Nope.
Is Blue Shirt single or is she dating someone from the dating show?
Wait, blue shirt or teal shirt?
Teal shirt.
Wait, what's
The one
that?
next to pink
Single.
shirt.
This is how we know Fealty is in fact straight. He doesn't know the difference between the cornflower blue and the peacock or the teal.
Well,
The
I
one
was
next to
think-
pink shirt.
Well, next to red shirt, I was calling that purple shirt. That's not
No,
purple.
are you blind? No, that's like a
That's like a violet.
it's like a cornflower blue or like
It-
a,
it's like a sky purple, like compared to like Nina's shirt. You got some
Sky
purple on the
purple?
shirt there.
you could I would almost say sky blue. It's not quite lavender. I would not go there.
No.
I don't know what lavender is, so
It's
That's
that same
purple.
value but in purple.
Yeah.
Like that same
Like
Okay.
light purple.
yeah.
Is it?
But
what
so is the
this?
dating chick like the one in the middle, the one that went on the Latino dating show? Is she
That's the
dating someone
deal.
from the show?
No,
He was.
they-
They broke up
yeah.
a month and a half ago.
Okay, so
Yeah.
she's single now. Okay.
But I mean, is that even real dating though? Those shows, like after that show, is that even real? Like,
I don't think so.
it's like saying no neck guy from that like 40-Day Fiance was actually dating the other girl. Like, I highly doubt that.
I don't
That's
know.
just a nightmare.
I
she's
think
gonna
that's just
work through.
TV.
Yeah.
Hey, didn't Eliza Blue go on one of those things?
Yes,
Oh boy.
and I put it in my video that got me banned.
Oh no.
Justice for Fealty.
Yeah, no.
The
All right,
one-
here we go.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because a lot of them I've had try to come at me where I would find out they were married or they had girlfriends
Okay.
because I'd all of a sudden get random people messaging me, how do you know so and so? You know, and
Oh shit.
then I'd find out. So it's like
She needs to
It's just garbage.
expand her pool a little bit.
But at least mad respect though for being like,
Yeah.
okay, you're not available, so fuck off.
Right.
No, I mean, if I was 50 years old, I still wouldn't date her.
Wow.
saying,
Why?
yeah.
Too much boobs?
No,
Did you say
just-
if you were 50? Because you're gonna turn gay when you're 50.
Right.
Exactly.
have
I
time.
would not
Yeah.
date her. I would say, you know what? Screw it. I'm trying the other team. No, thank you. Golly, all right, let's hear more about this.
You're
girl.
going for this guy
Okay.
right here, Officer Tatum.
I don't know. I'd have to start a lot smaller than that, I'm guessing. I mean, I'd have to go to some girls
Smaller
and
than
gay
that.
guys for
Preparing
advice.
now,
like-
Fealty. Do your lunges. You know.
Well, on the bright side, I have taken big poops, so who knows? I might be ready. you know?
Wow.
Going out isn't the same as going in.
Is it not?
I've heard.
Golly.
I don't know.
Yeah, give it time in the marriage and, try
This is
things
a
out.
great comment. They would come at me, but without taking responsibility for leading them on for her own validation.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she does have like with her career, she was saying I forget what it was, but you know, and as you already said,
Yeah,
you're
her career
going-
was like something that had big boobs.
Not if I get married before then. Gosh, pop out some kids with a celebrity chef wife, and you know, take happy pictures with her walking over leaves. You know,
Deranged Lunatic, I would love to cream fill Jada's donut hole. Wow.
Wow. Which one is
Fun.
that one?
The brunette in the light blue is hot as hell. She is
Oh.
hot.
Yeah, she's
B.
very pretty.
Carswell. Wow. Thank you, B. Carswell. Chrissy, you are a crazy hot redhead. My type. I only failed with like 5 others. Maybe I failed on 5 other redheads in a row. I think y'all are all crazy. 2 reds tried to stab me. Stable. Wait, I forgot to play the yellow boy. Thank you, sire. Okay.
just saying. Good night.
Yes.
We can only hope.
Periwinkle. Periwinkle is the correct answer. I'm surprised.
Wait, which one is that?
That's the light blue one. That's the correct textbook name of that color.
I would never know that, like ever.
Chris, are you gay? How do you know that?
There's no fucking way I would know that.
Please read my hamster chat for Nina.
Does it have something to do with George Clooney? Because I feel like it would.
Was that Richard Gere? I think it was.
Yeah, sorry. Richard Gere. That's what I meant.
Okay. Let's keep
I mean, he was good in Chicago. All right, here we go.
So she says all men are trash.
Pretty much. I
Who
mean,
here-
I'm pretty
who here-
sure there's like a percent there that's not.
Sure.
But
You'd say more so trash than not trash.
Mhm.
What
Why is
percentage would
she
you have to say?
attracting
Like, what
a
percentage of
trash
men are
man,
trash, do you
though?
think?
what percent? All ages, honey, because there's young guys that try to come to me, older guys that try to come to me, and they're just
You saying all men that you have dealt with are trash? Are you making a projection that you think the men that you haven't communicated with yet are trash?
all the guys that have tried to come towards me are trash.
Just a reminder, everybody, just try to speak into the microphones if you can. Get close to them.
Oh,
so
let me put your microphone,
what
Nazi
percentage?
Brian.
90%,
You can hear
95%?
everyone.
Like let's say
97.77
90, yeah.
90?
Because I'm going to leave a small percentage because there probably really is good guys out there.
Yeah.
But then if they're the good guys, then they're boring. You know, it's kind of.
That's
You know,
Oh
like,
my
there could be the good guys that do
God.
try to come and talk to me, and they're just.
That girl got
You
triggered.
like the good guys? What do you?
I mean, okay, I like them to be. I wish there was a solid guy, right? Like a funny, solid guy that has his things going for himself, that has all the things that I have going for myself. But
Like,
it's like
has
you either
money.
get a good
Like
guy
what, has
who's
a kid?
boring, or you get
Has
a guy
money.
who's not boring but he's trashy.
Where are you meeting these guys?
Good question. Good question.
Oh, just everywhere, hun. Just
Oh, where
if
they
I'm
approach
out,
you?
if
Where
I-
they approach
it
you?
doesn't-
Everywhere.
It doesn't
At the
matter. I could be at a
grocery
store. I could be anywhere.
What's the first thing they say to you when they approach you?
Do you have
I
my
love
Nice
it.
tits.
What's the next one?
It's-
Guys don't say that.
Can I get your number? What's your name? Are you from here?
And I'm assuming that at least one of those guys you've given your number out, you've communicated.
No,
with
I
that
won't- I
person.
won't give them my
No, I'm
number.
saying at some point you've communicated with somebody.
Not them.
Not them. Okay.
What makes them boring?
Personality.
Yeah.
What about their personality makes them boring?
Like if they're just like if they're just like a boring type that there's no personality, they're not
I have a
funny, they're just very
job.
plain, like bland, like that's boring
and
to
what
me.
about the bad guy excites you?
It's the chase, right? It's the chase and the bad guy. I don't know.
No, yes,
okay,
you
I
do
attract all
know.
the
Wait,
crazy
let her answer.
setters.
Let her answer. Go ahead.
The bad guy. What is it about the? I don't know. Maybe it is the chase. I don't know. It could be the chase. It could.
It
they're
could be
exciting,
It's the
right?
looks. It's the looks.
The looks?
Mm-hmm.
When you say looks, what do you, are we talking like blasted?
Hell yeah, I
face
like tattoos. No, not the face tattoos.
Not
That,
face
that's
tattoos.
what people think I like. People think
Okay.
I like face tats. I don't like the face tats. But I do like a guy with tattoos.
Do you like?
Yeah, this is what she's like.
I'm probably the wisest person
mean,
ever saying
so
this. Do you like a
A
gangster?
guy with tattoos automatically equals bad boy.
Kind of.
Okay.
It's the look. It sounds like she's going for a look and not qualities.
Mm.
Yeah, and that's why she's single at, her age. Maybe she should go gay at 50.
Yeah, she should get with pink
I
tank
think
top.
she's probably dabbled.
Yeah.
Golly. All right, there's a little bit more here, then we'll move to the next part.
Like a thug.
So they,
Well, that's
So
her
then-
That was
problem.
nice.
so then you're gonna keep repeating a pattern. You already have a pattern, so then you're gonna keep seeing the same guy. So yeah. So then, how do you plan to get a nice guy?
But that's not true though, because like I said, there's the boring type of guys that are also tatted up too, and they're not
still
bad.
boring.
They're just, it's the personality.
Well, when you say they're boring, how are they boring?
They're just, like I said, no personality. They're just very bland. Not only that, but and then they're like too on me, and I don't like that.
Okay.
That'd be funny if she's like you, Brian. They're like you.
Like fucking boring. How do you explain boring? I mean, I kind of get what she's saying, like bland personalities. Like there is people that are out there that are like really boring. You're like,
right.
Is there something about you? Like they don't have a sense of humor. They're shy. They don't talk. Like you're like, okay, wait, I don't know. What about
But
you?
what if
special?
that's her though? What if she's really bland and guys try, but
Right.
there's nothing to her?
There's no
you know?
connection, so they come across
Yeah.
boring to her, even though because there's no connection.
Maybe.
Because I mean, she hasn't talked about like any hobbies or what she wants to do
No.
and stuff. It's all about, oh, they're just boring, and and I'm single
We
now
don't deal
for
any
like,
drugs.
I want them to have tats, Oh, here is 200 Watt Studios with a super chat. They read books, speak proper English, no criminal record. Boring.
Say,
They
just say
get up
white,
for work in the
okay?
morning.
You just say you're not into white guys, all right? Tits Magoo.
They have a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
Yeah, those boring guys.
Responsibilities
Whoa,
are
does
boring.
that means I'm a bad boy then? Because I'm
That's you.
Yeah.
Clearly, you're wearing a bandana. B. Carswell, are we only seeing bagels here and not baklava? I don't know what that means.
I don't get it.
Thank you.
Baklava's good.
Baklava's fucking great.
Oh yeah, delish. Yes.
I don't like when a guy's too much on me.
You gotta speak into
I think that's like a self-love issue. I think sometimes
Ooh.
if you don't think that you
It gets better.
are
Look
like,
at him.
more-
Look at him.
Oh, come on.
I was just
I
saying,
could
think
hear
sometimes
her
if you don't
perfectly
think
well.
that you
He's
deserve that
such
kind of
a
love,
Mike
you'll
Nazi.
ignore it when it's there.
All right, we can skip ahead now. I left it. in
He's
because
writing
I had
down
that.
the note.
Did you see his face when
Oh,
she
yeah.
started talking? He could not have been more annoyed.
Dude, Brian's writing down the note like, I'm giving this bitch. I gave her a warning. Like, I don't know what he's writing, but she was like, because he told her a couple times.
He said -10 for pastry chef.
Earlier, it seemed like he was going to cry when he was like, please talk into the microphone. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so I skipped ahead here. We're going to get some Tatum weighing in here of what men are looking for. I have
Is
written down.
Tatum single or is he married?
Oh,
or-
no, he's married.
He's married.
Okay.
Yeah, he's married. I think he has a kid, but not with his current wife, he had said. So,
Right.
Okay.
and I don't know if they are looking to have a kid. So, yeah. But yeah, good guy. Jesus saves.
Or what do you think men are looking for in terms of finding a high value woman?
Well, it's certainly not your career.
Yeah, I think it's the way
qualities.
that you act, the way you treat a man. How it is cliche-ish, but are you a soft woman? Are you supportive of a man? Are you
Blackshear is just like, I need to talk. I need to speak now.
The ventriloquist dummy needs to like hold her horses, but maybe she's afraid she's gonna forget her thought if she waits.
Maybe. She's dressed nice though. I dig the outfit though.
Be like a
Yeah, I
Sailor
did. I do
moment.
too.
Yeah. Maybe I'll wear something like that when I'm 50.
are
Here we
you
go.
bringing peace to his life? Are you chaotic? Right? Are you drama? Are you the type of woman that, like my wife, when I go home, I'm going home to peace. I'm not going home to chaos. I'm not going home to the dirty house. I'm going home
Wait, we've got an update from Anna, that Star Wars girl. They tell you before the show starts that if he has to tell you to talk into the mic 3 times, you're out. It's like baseball.
That's why he was
Oh,
writing
wow.
it down, because he was like, I told her this many times. Like I could
Strike one.
tell. He was mad
Wow.
about it. He was
That's
big.
crazy.
He's a control freak.
Yeah, great to date him. Here we
Oh,
go.
yeah.
to peace.
It's a lot of fun.
And if you're that woman, that's what men truly are looking for. I mean, they want to be in a real relationship. Now
Yeah.
there's other things that men are looking for when they just want one night, or they want a sneaky kiki or whatever you said. Sneaky. What is it called?
Sneaky.
Sneaky link.
We should introduce that as a new term. Sneaky
Sneaky
kiki.
Can I say
Sneaky.
one thing, please?
Go ahead.
Where's
To make
Keanu?
that- I think that there's also some, and I'm not saying that a woman doctor, but also the fact that they
Did he
value
just
the fact that they
wait?
can have
I
a
didn't notice that the first time. Brian is away from the table, and I think he just said "speak into the mic" from like far away. Let's see that.
He
again.
did. To be exact, I think that there's also some, and I'm not saying that they a woman doctor, but also the fact
okay.
that they value the fact that
We see. Look at his face.
Yeah, he's going like this. I don't know.
He's
There's also some, and
livid.
I'm not saying that they.
I can't catch it, but why, Brian?
We all have the goddamn same microphone, okay? It's not always right up against my mouth like this. It's
He
like
wants these
sometimes-
chicks to like fucking deep throat these mics. It's like, dude, it's right here. Like, how fucking close do you want it to get? It's not gonna get any closer unless I swallow the mic.
Yeah, it's fine. It's like, you know what? Settle for 70%, Brian. Okay. Don't make these women on edge because you need to get 85%.
And plus, I mean, they're not. It's not like these are all like people who are like creators. I mean, she's a pastry chef back there. It's like, what do they know?
Just be
Like,
happy she's not chewing on the microphone
that would be interesting.
because she's fat. Okay, fine.
Wow.
Oh, wait till there's something about her you'll probably learn later that is going to be shocking.
Do I end up liking her?
It's not like shocking you like her, just more shocking of like, I didn't know that existed.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that moment.
Yeah, I hope I think I wrote down.
A woman doctor, but also the fact that they value the fact that they can have a conversation with her about things like if he's a doctor as well, that they can have a conversation together, and the fact that if she is, for example, a psychologist, that he will be able to bring raise children in a matter of way with like coping
He's having a
skills or,
meltdown.
self-soothing.
He's having a
Those are just like
meltdown.
things that I feel that a man should also look into that as to another woman who probably is just doing, other things that, probably will bring peace to the house.
Are you looking for a good mother or a good wife when you're actually looking for a wife? Like, are you looking more for motherly qualities first and foremost, or wifely?
I think they're both. I think they're both synonymous. I mean,
What
a
are the
good wife,
differences?
a good wife would be a good mother,
Okay.
right? A good mother would be a good wife. I can't imagine a woman that's really well. I think people can mess that up. I
Yeah.
think, but I think generally speaking, a man is looking for a person with both of those qualities. And working sometimes is very like if a woman is got a career, like you said your career is important to you. You're too busy for a man. The man that probably would want to date you, it gets turned off by that because you don't have no time for the relationship. You're too busy doing that. Now he's not mad at you. He don't feel any way about you. He just will be with a woman who has the time, who can spend the time with him and add value to his life versus competing
Facts.
with a woman for whose career is more important.
I don't think that's like competition. I think it adds up like to the value of the woman if she's doing
Nope,
good in life.
you're
if
young,
she
you're
has a nice
stupid, you're
job
no
or
shit,
like she has a
peacock.
company or anything.
It depends on what you want. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Why? Because you want to be successful for yourself as
He
well.
just
You
says
don't
speaking to
like.
the mic again.
Of course, if I marry someone, yeah, I
my
want
God,
him
he
to take care
did.
of me. But if I also have the money and I have a company, I can also work and we can both be successful. Well, to that point, you have to. Like, this is something that I think gets undermined, where women are told men don't care about your job. Fine. But then we have to provide for ourselves because we're getting married later. So then we're living this lifestyle where like, okay, I have a certain career, I make a certain amount of money, I get used to that. And then if I want to keep that, I mean, I guess I could go be a waitress and just really focus on getting a man. But if I want to keep that, I want to keep my job. And then the man thinks I have less time for him, but that's not true.
Yes,
so
he's
we're in
very-
this weird place, I think.
Yeah, no, I
Eloquently
agree. I think
explaining the deal. Because if you're not a woman who gets married or dating someone seriously in your young 20s, it's like, yeah, you have to pay your own rent. It's like not a fucking fairy tale for everybody. It's not like you could just sit, be a virgin, and wait for a guy to pick you. It's like you gotta
Yeah,
get
and
your ass to work and pay rent.
It's really unrealistic to have that kind of expectation in this day and age too, because if you don't do that, then like people will think you're a fucking loser. They'll be like, oh, this person doesn't have their life together, still living in their parents' house, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And like no man will want to date you then either because you don't have your shit together. So then it's kind of like a catch-22. It's like, okay, do you work and then have a career and blah, blah, blah. And then like, when you meet that guy that wants you to like, focus on him, it's like, okay, do I give up that career? Like that's kind
And
of
a
crazy.
lot of people meet who they're gonna date through work anyway.
Through work. Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah, maybe that's the way it works out. Like if you meet through work, then you're in the same kind of career path and your schedule's going to line up, instead of if you're in a relationship with someone, they have a big time job that takes up a lot of time and it doesn't line up at all, then you're never going to see each other. That wouldn't work out too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm still single. All right, it's a little more.
I think I agree to some of what you said. I think it is you are in a difficult place because when you are single, you can't just be homeless, right? You know, hoping for a man to give you a handout. It's okay with pursuing your career, but then you have to balance what are your values and what do you want from a man. If you want a man, what if he wants children? What are you guys going to do about that together?
Donated $69.
Yes. All right, and it gets cut off there, so we're going to skip ahead. We're going to move on to chemistry. So we're going to start talking about chemistry at 30.
Is Brian hard of hearing? Like, is that why he like freaks out about the mic thing? Like, because I mean, I usually hear everybody really fine and then he's like speaking to the mic, and I'm like, but I'm fine. Like, I hear them.
Daniel Clancy has the best insight. They tucked the big girl, pastry chef, way in the back behind the other, so she can't reach the mic.
Yeah.
She's got to like bend over. She's got to bend in half just to get anywhere close to the mic.
Well, they also put her right next to a person like larger than her that takes up the whole side of the table.
Right.
You know, they should have put her on the back right in between the Tazeel top girl, whatever.
Tazeel. Push-ups.
Yeah.
I'm not boring. My job's 8 to 4. See, that's different. 200-watt studio. That girl in the white was on Family Ties.
Or like put her where red shirt is and like or black shirt, and then put the smaller girl there because then she'll fit there.
I don't know if you could put her in the middle though. If you put a big girl in the middle, it's just gonna make her look much bigger. You know, I think back right side, like a corner is good, but put her.
You're gonna have to deal with something. It's either like make her look giant, not have her face in the mic.
16. I met a girl, liked her. We made out, had fun. She then said I was too boring because I made good grades and wasn't a bad boy. Yeah, single mom a few weeks later. Shocker. And you had the last laugh.
Yeah, because you were the dad and you left for the milk.
Push up. Want to keep your job? Don't approach women at work. Gosh,
that's a good point.
That's great advice.
That's a good point. All right, well, Chrissy, if you know anyone, I can't ask them out now because I don't want to get in trouble at work. Just saying.
Oh, what is work really?
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll get fired from my trading crypto. All right. So this part, they're talking about kind of like how relationships work out. So I picked this area because it kind of works in kind of with what they're talking about and like chemistry, like the thing outside of all like the check marks you can have of what brings people.
I think we figured out his childhood damage. He lost a spelling bee because he didn't speak into the mic.
Oh my God, that is so funny.
It's very possible. He has a lot of I wasn't planning on going over it, but yeah, he does kind of talk about his backstory a little bit later. So
yes. Ooh.
Yeah, so I'll put that on then.
Does he talk about the spelling bee?
He talks about some interesting experiences he's had with girls that definitely explains more of why he's so scarred on his soul, but
okay.
Yeah, there's some sad. I feel bad for him. He's growing on me a little bit every week. I don't know. All right, here we go. So chemistry.
It's to my chagrin that the spark didn't go off, but it is just, I think it's that thing that makes you, just that draws you to that person initially. And so.
Was he kind to you?
He was he is the
most.
Oh yeah,
I should give a little more backstory. So she's explaining like the person she was dating, she didn't want to get with him because just chemistry wasn't there. There we go. Okay.
I love that you said chagrin.
Everything.
Though. I love a woman that uses the word chagrin.
I love
That's
my
an old soul.
Right there.
Yeah.
Oh, she is definitely an old soul. She is. Yeah.
Was perfect, and I was like, what is wrong with myself?
Yeah, what is wrong with
I don't know.
What is wrong with
you? Can ask all my friends. I was like, what is?
Who broke it off?
We mutually decided. I went to Montana for a month, and we didn't talk for a week, and then we called, and we were like, yeah, I think he felt less pressure during that week of silence because he felt like he was constantly trying to make me impress me, and I just wasn't pressed. I wasn't like thinking about him, and so that's how I knew. So I mean, amazing guy, but it just I don't know. Unless I gaslit myself subconsciously and didn't know. But
Yeah, you can. I mean, I think that everybody looks for that spark at the honeymoon stage and all of that. You know, over time, you realize that it's not about that.
Yeah.
It's that, you know, a lot of relationships you get in, you have that spark and then it goes away with everybody. I mean, I thought 3 or 4 women were the one, and it didn't end up materializing.
Ryan, just spell it.
Oh, that was just a.
Oh, I was like, hey,
yeah, if you want,
shut up, boy.
No, keep going.
That's like
Oh, when the bell goes off,
Oh, actually, one
time
did
for
come
me
in.
to
Okay.
yell about speaking into the microphone.
No, he doesn't do it much like for the rest of the episode, but they really don't speak into the mic, and you can tell it's bothering him. All right, so yeah, we got the super
Brandon,
chat.
love your channel. Love your t-shirts. Currently wearing my pronouns are USA, but my favorite is the Donald. Please show the Donald t-shirt on the channel.
Why does he
Plus,
not have a
Ryan,
T-shirt that
when are
says
you going out
"Talking
with
to the
Layla?
mic"?
Okay.
Speaking to the mic.
He
He should
should.
put like a sign up, you would think, right? Just like have a sign up and just point to it, like, you know.
Or write it on each microphone.
Or
like
tie
just have
them
a
to the
sign on the
microphone.
center, like it's
Or on the
it's like a
table.
yeah, like on the center, and it says talking to the mic.
And every time
we
someone
all
does
know
it, it
he
blinks.
would tie him.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, this is after the super chat. I skipped ahead. They're gonna go back into the chemistry, and this is a good Tatum moment.
Have some
So
discipline, right? Okay, so sorry that interrupted you. If you want to,
No, I said the person who did the super chat. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you
Okay.
for buying the merch. What I wanted to say is that me and my wife didn't have this crazy honeymoon stage. We knew though. We knew. We were like, we just make sense together. And I was 34, and she was 36, 37 when we got together. So we knew, but it wasn't some miraculous sparkling in our eyes that we encountered. It was more of a mature. We're in the same place in life. We enjoy one another's company, and we want to pursue life together. It didn't have to be some crazy shenanigans. But I'm not saying that people don't deserve that. But you just
Mine
don't want to
was.
overlook an incredible man that can add value to your
Really?
life, just because you
Yeah.
don't feel that spark. You know, I'm not trying to be a counselor on here, but at the same time, you might want to revisit it because it's rare to find a man that you feel that way about. And that's a really good man.
Yeah.
It's really good men are hard to find, to be quite honest. Same thing with women. If you're a really good, incredible woman,
I disagree.
you know, that chemistry would be hard to find.
yeah, that's to almost some degree the vibe. There's a whole bunch of words for it: the vibe, the click, the spark, the butterflies, the lightning. All these terms for it, right? I almost wonder, and at least it's the case for me. It seems to be it's more so something that women need is the click or the spark. But why can't that either be something that develops? Because I think that the click or the spark is almost in the same category as love at first sight. Most of us would agree that we don't immediately fall in love with somebody. So why can't it also be the case that we just don't immediately fall into the click? Maybe that could be something that can take time to develop. People, because they've had it in the past where, oh, I have it, I feel the click, the spark instantly, they feel like they need that in all their relationships going forward. My question is, if the click or the chemistry or the vibe, the spark, whatever term you want to use is, you felt that with a guy before. Has every girl here felt that with a guy before? Okay.
Yes.
That obviously, it's apparent to me. Well, we haven't gone through the relationship status on everyone. You're no longer with that guy. It's clear to me that the click, the spark, the whatever it is, like for you, for example, have you ever felt the click with a guy and it ended really badly?
Yes.
So it's not clear to me if having the click and the chemistry precludes you from the relationship continuing, from having a good relationship. So I don't know. Well, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I think communication is key too. Because I mean, maybe both of you
Can I
guys
say
are going through
something?
maybe you got out of a
Yeah.
tumultuous relationship.
Because
I'll pause it if you just start talking. I'll pause.
No,
it.
I think one of the things about the spark or the click or whatever is, or chemistry, somebody said in the chat, which is I think basically the same thing, is especially for women, I think it's more about, because yes, it's important to us, and most of the time women do get that because that's how you start dating a guy, because you're like, oh, I have this chemistry and I'm gonna like whatever. But once the honeymoon period's over, to keep the chemistry or understand that that honeymoon period's over and like that portion of the relationship is done, and now you're going to get to know each other on a different level, but also to keep that spice going, that becomes kind of like a bit of a struggle for some people, because they can't really understand, because they think once the honeymoon period is over, that means the relationship is over, because you always have to be like that. And that's just not true. Like the honeymoon period ends at some point, and
right,
you just
at around a year and at around 18 months, I think those hormones wear off. The exciting,
the constant butterflies, you know, because you're always like, you know, because you get used to each other, you fall into comfortable patterns, and You know, it goes on and on, but it's, you know, that becomes a struggle for a lot of people, is understanding that like, that's not real. Like, that's not the real part of the relationship. The real part comes after, if you can get through that portion.
And sometimes the chemistry is just like smells, and you're going, okay, we're a good DNA match. Okay, you're not related to me. Like, we reproduce, you know.
You're not secretly
Well,
gay.
hopefully then you're not related to me part comes at the very beginning. Like,
you
it's
don't
not
smell like you're gonna turn 50 and be gay one day.
No, the rule is if I'm single by 50. If you know, that's if all else fails. Okay. Oh, we lost Nina again.
Goodbye.
Okay, so there's a little bit more of this, and then we will skip to Brian weighing in on marriage.
No, I'm here. I'm
Maybe
here.
you got some stuff you need
okay.
to take care of with, you know, whether it's going to counseling or whatever the case may be. And so does he. It's a conversation you guys probably should have, is have a conversation with each other and then get back on the same page. Because me and my wife, we were friends first. And so we would talk about all our stuff first. I never thought about dating a day in my life. I would never move to California. So it seems as if we weren't going anywhere, but we developed a friendship first, and then we knew, and it was practical.
See,
Women are
Brandon
emotional.
really
Not
cares
every-
about giving these women advice and talking to them. Like, I wish Brian had 10% of that.
He doesn't.
But Brian is too MGTOW to actually impart any useful advice.
Yeah, I mean, he had some good points there about like marriage a little bit there, and he does make some good points later. But I think when you hear about like his experiences, I think you might understand Brian a little more. I do think he's a really hurt guy.
I haven't watched enough of the show to know, because I've only watched Anna's. I've watched the one with actually the one where Jasmine Jafar was on with, I think, Candace Owens. That was a really good one. And then this one's my third one that I'm watching with you. But like, from all the stuff, the hours that I've watched Brian, it seems like all he cares about is getting these women in a gotcha. That's all he cares about, is like, speak into the mic and let's see if you can say the dumbest thing so I can clip it and put it on the internet. That's it.
Yep.
Well, we'll see after we learn more about it.
Exactly.
Real quick.
Fealty is
Courtney,
a huge
I'm
Brian.
just saying. So
You're just a Brian simp.
Yeah, Fealty is a Brian simp. He's made that very clear.
Wow.
No, but I'm understanding him a little bit more. Like, when you hear about his backstory, I think you'll understand it more. Like, literally this episode, like hearing his stuff, like I was like, oh.
Well, and I get that too. Like, that's why I'm saying I haven't had too much of an experience watching the show. So like, that's my take from seeing it as much as I have. But I get that.
All right, so we will skip to marriage then, so we can learn a little more about Brian. Our bride guy. Little bride guy here. Okay, so this is they're talking about like body count and hooking up and stuff a little bit before this, and then the thoughts on marriage and come up, and it'll lead into Brian's take on marriage, and then there's another segment that I'll explain a little bit more that I'll bring up after this one. But this we'll start here.
Get to know her better. Let's come up with an idea. I would say men and women date with a purpose. Don't just date to have sex. Because I'm gonna tell you something, because you made a point about if you run into the guy and it's really, really good, what do you do on the next one? You know, what if it's gonna always probably pique your interest to get more and more and more. You're gonna run into another dude that's better than the first guy. And then what do? You can't keep chasing that sexual fantasy or that sexual niche or whatever. You have to pursue relationships with a purpose. It's the best way to do it. I'm not trying to preach to y'all.
Exactly what I was trying to say.
And therefore, there's no body count women that you're leaving out in the road, and then you don't get into a situation where you feel obligated. Because as a man, sometimes you have sex with women and then now they get clingy, but then you feel bad because you're like, dang, I'm really not looking for that, but I shouldn't have done that. She is kind of a good girl. But then I don't, and then you linger out that relationship when she could have been with somebody that really wanted to be with her. So I think that's why it's so important for people to wait.
Yeah.
What I would say to that, at least for me, and I do think maybe it could be very well the case that I'm a little bit of an outlier in the way I move. If I sleep with a girl, like I've already kind of made the determination that I am open to a long-term relationship. Like, I'm never going to just sleep with a girl without having look, it could very well be the case that we continue dating for 3 months and it doesn't work out, like is the case with any relationship. But I'm already going in with the intention of, if I'm going to sleep with this girl, then I do want to pursue a long-term relationship.
But why are these relationships not working out? And I bet you, no, I bet you $1 million that it was something but it was something at the beginning that showed you that this is probably not going to be long term, or maybe she really isn't what I want, and then you have sex and you overlook it. And
I
you
blame
make
it all on feminism.
Yeah,
it's feminism's fault. If it wasn't for feminism, we'd be good. We'd be good. Honestly, though, I'm kind of like just a walking
No
red flag. I've got
personal
a dating
accountability.
podcast. I'm a male with a
Zero.
podcast. Have you heard about this? Males with podcasts. We shouldn't be giving microphones and headsets to men. No, I don't know. Honestly, I'm just. Well, you probably don't want to know my take on marriage, so that's
well.
We
But
do
you
wanna
saying
know.
that meaning that I think you're not favorable to marriage
I
because
don't
of the
have-
risk factors.
Yeah, and look, I don't have anything wrong from when it comes to marriage from a religious perspective. I'm not like fervently like anti-marriage in the sense that I'm openly like I try to think I'm a pretty reasonable person, but I'm not like antagonistic with it. I've looked at the risk factors like you said, and me personally, I don't want to get married. That I think could be for some women kind of I don't know. Now but here's the
Pause
thing.
it for a
Like,
sec.
I could have a long-term
It
anonymous.
sounds like it's almost as if Brian like looks up to.
He respects Tatum.
He really, you could tell because it's like he doesn't want to say something wrong, and he's kind of nervous, and like the way he's talking to him, it's like it's almost as if like this kind of like
He doesn't
hero.
want to let him down. He doesn't want him
Yeah.
to be respect for him.
Yeah. It's funny.
I wouldn't
just wants a
instill that type
friend.
of fear into someone. Do I have to be black to do that?
You would have to have a really big dong, I think.
All right, in my next life.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
relationship with a woman.
You can get that these
No,
days.
but you always have an
Okay.
out. You always have an out. You don't have to make an ultimate commitment. You don't.
Yeah, that's the thing. Without marriage, like
People get divorced all the time, though. You can.
What is
Well,
it?
so in marriage, you can just go too. You just financially fuck
But you'll
yourself in the
give some
process.
money.
Right.
But you
For
get
it.
married
Yeah.
to stay.
Yeah,
Really?
so
You know?
That's
That's
that
what-
how
But
marriage
nothing
works?
lasts forever.
With
Don't you
the
think you're
whole-
limiting your
That's-
pool?
Get married.
You're limiting your pool because you're not. I mean, most women, it sounds like you want a self-respecting woman, like high value, all these things. Don't you think most of those women would want to be married? So you're limiting.
I
your
want a
pool.
woman who realizes. I want a woman who realizes that in this current social climate, in this political, well, not political, in this social climate, when it comes to the court system, we don't need to get.
Oh my God,
the
okay,
state
pause it.
involved in our relationship.
That makes me triggered because it's like this is what Venti talks about sometimes, where she talks about like the high value man and like how the high value men want women who want to commit. But then this dude's saying, I don't want to commit, but he's looking for that high value women where he's saying,
Right.
like, I don't believe in marriage. And I think there's all these risk factors and all this stuff and all this stuff. But the girl I'm going to date is going to want to be a mom. And she's going to not want to work. And she's
When
gonna wanna
he's
stay
not
at home, and-
confident, he's not projecting confident future husband and dad vibes. He's like,
exactly. He's like, I
skittish
don't want
about it.
that. Ugh, like, no, I'm not interested in marriage. But then he's not, and he's saying I'm not interested in marriage. But then he's like, I'm interested in a long-term relationship. If I'm gonna sleep with a girl, yeah, we can date for a while. Like, so okay, where's that dating for a while gonna get you? Nothing,
Right.
because you're not interested in marriage. So I don't know.
Interesting.
He's weird.
He's been burned.
Relationship.
But the truth
I
is
love you. You love me. We don't need the state.
I agree.
But the truly
I think-
feminine
I agree.
would want, like the nature of femininity would want that protection.
The nature.
Okay,
And I
pause
feel
it,
like you want
pause it.
a
And that
feminine
I
girl.
get. That's actually, I get that from Brian too, because I've talked about that a lot of wanting to stay monogamous in a monogamous relationship that's long term, but not have the government in your business. Like I get that, but you would have to find a girl that would be willing to not do that either. And that's difficult. It's difficult, but they're
Yeah.
out there, like, because I'm one of them. I understand.
Because you have to make sure that you have that added, like, all right, if we have a kid together, like, what is going to keep this together? Like, that's why marriage became a thing, is to
What about a
protect the kids.
prenup? What's
Or
your
a
thoughts
prenup,
on
yeah.
that? Like, because that's what I was when I was watching this. What I kept thinking was, because I've mentioned it before, like on here quite often, that I believe in prenups. I want a prenup, and I want to have some rules set in place, because I don't want the government saying what the rules of my marriage, God forbid it ever was to break up, what that would be, and then in perpetuity what the rest of my existence is going to be due to this. You know, if there was a mistake, I want the rules to be set by me and the woman I'm deciding to marry. You know,
I think
just in
unfortunately
case.
a lot of women don't like. as far as I understand, I mean, I can't speak for all women, obviously, but I think that most women don't like prenups because it bars them from not just getting access to the money, but like that again, that form of like protection, but also like the fact that like there's no trust then, right? Like because
Right.
if you're asking
It sounds like you're 1 foot out the door before you're even married.
No,
You know
but
what I
see,
mean? Like, don't
that's
get
why
married
I
to somebody
was.
that you have to do a prenup with.
No, but see, that's
Exactly.
why I was thinking about it. Like, I think it's kind of like modern age feminism, as people are waking up to what it really is, and it's more so the destruction of women than it is anything to help women, and all the things it said it was going to do to help women and give them rights and all this stuff. It actually really has done none of that lately. It's kind of the same as that, where it's like, this isn't saying you want to have 1 foot out of the door. It's saying that as a partnership between two people, like if you can't agree on the, God forbid, if we were to ever decide to break up, we want to choose on our own terms as teammates what that should look like, then I think that that's a good thing to be able to do, to say, like, you know what, if we ever want to end this, you know, this is how it should look like, not having one person have all the weight of government on the other
But that's not
person.
necessarily a prenup either, because a prenup is just about money. So what you're talking about is
Well, it
having
could
a
be more.
contract outside of that and being like, okay, if we ever are to end the marriage, like when you're in the good place and you're thinking like, you know, like you're friends, right? Like at
Yeah.
that point you're good, you're solid. So you're like, if we get to the bad place, let's make this deal now,
Yeah.
so that we, like, you know, we break up amicably when we're not in a good place, and we will, like, you know, you kind of like hold yourself to this kind of promise that you would, you know, go by that contract. And that's
Yeah.
totally different. I think that's kind of like a personal contract, but it's definitely not a marriage, right? Like, because it's like marriage is a government one. So
Exactly.
it would
So
have to be a
what would
personal
you
contract.
rather? So when you get married, you sign a contract with the government to get married. Would you rather
Mhm.
sign a contract with the government to get married, or sign a contract with the person that you're good
You would have
with
to
at
do
that
both
moment?
if you want to get married, because a
Yeah.
marriage with
No, of course.
a governmental marriage just comes with those things, like you know, filing one tax form and,
It's
you know,
also a
having
contract
the
with
tax
God, in my
blah, blah,
opinion,
blah.
you know?
Well, of
Yeah.
course, but that's the thing of marriage, right? Marriage,
Mhm.
generally speaking, is a contract with God, like from the beginning. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't, the government had nothing to do with it at first. It was a contract between like two people and God and their family, kind of thing.
Mhm.
And then of course there's dowry and all that stuff, but you know, those are olden times and things have changed a little bit. So then comes like this whole idea of prenups and money, and like, you know, because that's where people get really, really kind of, that's what, especially a lot of men, because that's where men are like, I don't want women to take like half of my stuff when I get married, like when I divorce. And that I understand that, but
Well,
that's
it's not
not
just
how
that.
stuff
It's
works either.
also 17% of your paycheck disappears every week, you know, and there's nothing you could do about it. And then if your payout changes, you still have to pay the original amount. I mean, you could become homeless with
But
the way it is.
but that's also depends on A, what state, B, how much money you make. Sorry. Sorry, this is now annoying. Megan,
I
prenups
like
were
it.
necessary for people if so many lives were ruined, no government in marriage, I say.
No, I mean, I agree that I'm just saying that I think that if you change the culture of what a prenup is, from everything I've learned about it, it is just solely a contract that you make to supersede what the government's saying. And I'd rather make a contract with the person I love that I have no plans of ever leaving than have the weight of the government choose what the existence is going to be, and if I
Yeah.
could see my kids and all
Yeah.
of that. Like, I want to
Mhm.
make that deal with a person when I'm happy with them and under amicable terms, instead of having to make a deal with them through courts when we are horrible.
Yeah.
When things
I mean,
are
and
like, you know,
I agree with you. I think that's a great idea, but as it stands, I think prenups are just about money and protecting
no,
assets.
no, it's a lot more that you can cover children, you can cover everything. It's a contract. It can cover
Really?
everything. Yeah.
Well, that's interesting then. I don't know.
It's a contract.
I've
You're
never
just
really
signing a contract.
seen a prenup that is about more than just money and
Yeah, I've seen
assets, like house
the problem
and
is
cars
state.
and.
The problem is the state. In certain states, you can't do other things other than assets and money. So it and then there's states that just will not uphold any prenup whatsoever. So
See, that's interesting.
yeah, like New York, they unless you have a really great lawyer to write it up that can also fight for it in the courts at the end, it's not going to hold up. And so it's very unfortunate, but
yeah, and that's I've heard that Fealty, like, because I'm not from the States, so for me it's just very different. But I've heard a lot of people talk about it's very important what state you get married, because then you have to like follow their laws based on divorce or like whatever else. And it can be like some of them don't have very good laws.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very
Sounds
few
like it
states.
sucks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they don't want. I do think that there's a concerted effort to destroy what marriage is completely. So
I agree.
it would make
And
sense.
the family, of course. Yeah, I agree.
Chrissy, play the song before we go back into whatever.
Yes. Wait. Magnum Norris, thanks again for the super chat. You can also destroy your former lover without a prenup. True.
Yeah.
I understand why men feel like they need it because so many get screwed over. And it feels like culturally marriage has been de-incentivized. Single motherhood has literally been subsidized by our government and glamorized by the culture. So men are in a tough spot right now.
Yeah, I mean,
And
it's
like you
scary.
think you picked a good person, and then you hear people say, "Oh God, they turned into a total cunt." And it's like, I hate that that's happening for people. It's like you think you know a person.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my parents got divorced, and my mom got the house and money too on top of it. And all my dad got was some of the money and a car that he had to buy to hide some of his money in an asset so it wouldn't count. It was a depreciable asset, and it was it was horrible. So I don't know. I wish that we could just get government out of everything. That would be lovely, but
that would be great. I'm for that, definitely.
All right, so let's hear. They're going to talk a little bit more about divorce here. We're going to learn a little bit.
Yeah,
more
let's hear why Brian is such a weirdo.
Yes,
I do like feminine women, but I don't need. I'm protecting us from the state, babe.
Yeah,
That's very true.
I'll tell you this: as a married man, that one of the greatest things I ever did in my life was get married. I have been more productive. I've had more
I want to
peace.
do it.
I mean,
I'm
it is
down.
the greatest decision a man can ever make. It's the biggest and greatest investment that you make in the rest of your life. Now, if you're a man with integrity and you're ready and you do your homework and you're willing to pursue even when it gets tough, you get married and you make a commitment for life. Me and my wife are committed for life. Us getting a divorce is not in the equation. And I think because both of us are both mature enough and willing to work through it. It's not perfect.
Yeah, because
we
when
argue,
you
sometimes we get on
approach
my
a
nerves.
relationship with "we're not getting divorced," guess what? You're gonna be working out your conflicts. You're gonna be working out your problems. Like, guess what? You're my ride or die. We're working this out instead of people coming to marriage like, well, if I get bored, I can just leave. Or, well, if you lose your job, I can just find somebody else.
Well, it's weird because that's a double-edged sword, Chrissy. Because then you look at a relationship like Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, because it's been like forever that Jada has wanted to leave Will Smith, like forever.
So why he won't let her?
He won't let her. He won't divorce her. He will not give her a divorce. She's wanted to leave him forever, and he just won't do it because he has possessive love. He believes that she belongs to him. She's like, you're my wife, and that's it. Like you are mine. You're my woman.
No,
and that's the way it is. And some guys are like that. Some guys are like, you're mine.
She married him. She didn't see any signs of this.
She should have got a prenup.
I'm sure they probably have one, but it becomes complicated, especially when you have possessive love or you don't understand what love is, and you have childhood trauma.
Or he's a crazy person. Have you watched his YouTube channel that came out back in 2016? He is literally he has dudes follow, they have to do what he says. like that are
He's very
on his YouTube
controlling.
channel.
Exactly. He's a very controlling guy.
You know what? Like, don't marry someone like that.
Yeah.
The legalese word for sex in prenuptials, marriage license were introduced by the state, but by states after the Civil War to prohibit interracial marriages. Is that true?
Wow.
Woo!
Racisms.
Yeah.
Wowie. B. Carswell, Chrissy, I hope you screwed me over into only getting it all from you. What?
What?
I'll take another redhead. Not saying all reds are crazy.
Oh.
It's only,
Oh.
B, Mr. B, I'm married, but I'm flattered. Thank you, though. Push-ups. Who needs a prenup when you can do push-ups?
That's good. That's good.
That's cute. I pictured you
He's
doing
got jokes.
push-ups.
How many push-ups do you do a day? Push-ups.
Probably
He does
0.
2, 3, 4, 5
If
of
I were to
them.
guess.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
If he does, they're against a wall.
I think you should ask him next time we see him how many push-ups can he do.
John Odom says Nina is not acknowledging that Jada's a psychopath is exactly why I don't trust women. I completely acknowledge it. You should check out the video on my channel. It's about Jada's narcissism and how she's a narcissist. So I completely acknowledge that, but they're both narcissists. It's not just her. And that's the thing that most people don't really like. They just like Brian, how he was like, oh, I just want to blame feminism for my problems. It's like, okay, you have no personal accountability. It's the same thing with a lot of men. There's no personal accountability for a lot of men. And they're just like, they're narcissists too, and they have problems too. And then they're like, no, let's just blame feminism or, whatever else.
Well, everyone's getting the excuse. You have on the guys with the red pill side, it's kind of like, kind of treat women like poop and, push them down as your security so that they'll never leave you if they feel like they're trash, right? Like, so keep on putting them down, use them, get multiple girls, have girls on the side, have no care for them whatsoever. Because you know what? Guess what? You won't get hurt that way also. Because you don't care and you treat them bad. And then on the other side of it is the women are being told you got to get this, like, supposed high value man who's got the 6 figures, the guy who's only maybe 0.2% in society, and they're being told that they can all get the Prince Charming, who's gonna be able to take on a whole army and horde of whatever, and he's gonna do all this stuff. And it's like, well, that also doesn't exist. Like, the actual reality of everything on both sides is it's not a movie. Life isn't a movie. It's and it's not a reality TV show where you're the winner out of all these people and you're getting the rose or something. Like, no, it's none of it's like that. But then again, I'm single, so I have a little bit over a decade before my life changes.
When was the last time you were dating in a long-term relationship?
It's been like 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So, but I streamed on Twitch for 8 of those years, and people were not interested in Twitch streamers back then. So,
Nerd.
I was not high value.
You could always start again.
I don't know.
Keanu's like, wait, is Visconti not high value? Oh no,
he is the highest. He's the boss's boy. No one got that one. Okay.
I didn't
Is it a
hear
joke?
Yeah, the boss's boy, Gino. He was getting Frankie to say, like, who's the boss's boy? He's
Oh,
like, Gino Biscotti.
okay.
I don't get it.
know about that.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna hit play.
But at the end of the day, you don't quit and give up because you got on my nerves one day. We made a commitment before God. We made a commitment, and it's on record. And it wouldn't behoove me to not put my best effort into it because I got a lot on the line.
Okay,
when you have skin in the game,
I know. I'm sorry. But that's the other thing that he just said. That's a very key factor. He's a religious man. So Tatum has this thing where he's like, okay, we're making a commitment before God. Like, he has that factor. A lot of people are not religious.
Nope.
So when they don't have their religion on their in their perspective, they don't care about breaking that vow as easily because it's not really about the breaking the vow with God. It's just a breaking a vow of some other person. It's like a pinky promise that you're breaking.
Right.
Hmm.
It's just a little embarrassing because they had this big expensive party around it. And now they have just kidding.
Yeah. I don't know.
Sorry.
All right, so okay, I skipped ahead a little bit here. So they're going to talk on what's the benefits of being married here compared to non-married and stuff. So there's a little bit more on it. Here we go.
Of course. I want to try to redirect my argumentation on this a little bit, though. When it comes to marriage, what, from the societal point of view, because there's often a talk about, and I 100% agree with this, the nuclear family, very important. It's the best way to raise children.
You don't want to make one.
But let's say if we were comparing a married couple to a non-married couple that's monogamous, that stays together for life and has children, on a societal impact level, I don't see the difference. Like, what benefit from a societal aspect does...
That's a good point.
To me, there's no difference.
Yeah.
And then on a
I don't see it either.
relationship level, I don't really see the difference between I'm going to stay with this woman for the rest of my life partner, we're going to have kids, it's going to be monogamous, there's not going to be infidelity. I don't see the difference.
Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, the reason why I put such high value on marriage is because of what I.
Oh, I forgot. I wrote down. I just wanted to point out here. Like originally, if I wanted to ask more so, if I could remember correctly, I remember when I was in philosophy class. I majored in philosophy in college, but I remember one of my classes there was a philosophy on religion, and it's so long ago, but I could swear marriage originated in the Christian or Catholic Church, and it was predominantly that's the only realm of people were doing what we now kind of call as marriage, as like a joint between two people in that way. Like other kind of belief systems and stuff had things akin to what marriage was, but it wasn't as rigid as what became what we now know as marriage. So I'm just wondering if anyone in the chat or you guys know more about that.
I think, well, from what I understand, like you're correct to an extent, but like it goes back further than that. Like there's ancient traditions of like Gaelic and like, you know, before kind of like Christ stuff where like they have ceremonies of like being together forever kind of thing. And like that they have like feet washing ceremonies and like it's definitely a union, and it wasn't before God. It was about like pagan and stuff like that. Like there's pagan rituals and different things like that that used to do before the whole Christ situation entered the picture. I don't quite know Middle Eastern stuff, to be completely honest, but I mean, I know different cultures around the world have some sort of union thing. I don't know if it has anything to do with religion for them, though. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's why, like, when he was talking about that, what he just mentioned there, of how what really is the difference. So, like, if you're in a relationship with someone, you have no plans of ever breaking up with them, you just want to do the whole, basically, what marriage is, just without the marriage portion of it. It is kind of like asking, like, okay, if you don't want the government involved, why can't you just stay together? But then again, in the U.S., there are... I think if you live together with someone,
common law marriage,
domestic partnership.
Yeah.
And there's also situations where like they won't let you into the hospital. You know what I mean? Like a spouse only situation.
Well, that's one of those things that's a big
you could
deal.
do power of attorney for your partner then, and then they can in hospitals and in any case, even in your bank accounts and everything, they have power of attorney. So
You could, but then you are absolutely fucked then if you are getting a divorce. Because if you get it, like, you know, especially if things go bad, then that person has your power of attorney. They can fuck you over so hard, so much harder than you would think that person could fuck you over in a divorce. Because they literally become you. They can go drain your bank account. I'm just saying, like,
I learned that the hard way. My dad died from ALS, and the girl he was seeing at that time had power of attorney and completely wiped out his bank account.
Oof.
Yeah, so I don't recommend, actually. Like, I really don't recommend you giving power of attorney to even that person, because you just never know. It's just one of those things. I just had to actually go through that with myself. I had to give power of attorney to someone for... Anyways, it doesn't matter. It's bad.
Yeah. All right, we'll hit play.
Not good.
All right, so they're going to continue about marriage.
Growing up with my mother and father, and how my father... It was patriarchal. My mom stayed home.
Based? Wait.
It was patriarchal based, yeah.
No, like
patriarchy based.
I was based, like, okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, based. Yeah, got it. And now growing up, that's what I want from my particular family. And And I think that
You want a patriarchal structure?
yeah,
Cool. You don't need a marriage for that.
I think I do because
Okay, maybe you do, but I'm saying I fail to see what the difference between a marriage and a committed monogamous life partner. Like, what is the difference aside from observing a traditional thing?
because I want my children to see that we made a commitment through church, through because I want to make sure.
Oh, so it's a religious component.
It's a religious component.
Remove religion from it, because again, when it comes to marriage, that's not just a religious thing.
No.
It's also the state's involvement.
I agree.
Yeah,
Like,
Brian's right about that.
Because atheist people or a-religious people or agnostic people can also get married.
Yes, I know that. But I think that for me, God played a really central role in my upbringing, and I want my kids to be the same. And I think that a house that has God in it has less discussion, has less argument, has less. So that's why it's important for me.
But you can even not be married and still be religious. Like you could be a Christian and be teaching your children Christian values and even then not get married.
Well, no, but I mean, it's specifically.
Yes, I understand marriage is like yes, I get that. But
socially, I don't know. I mean, I think some people, there's some like, people talk about taxes. I cannot give you an argument for why you should get married outside the religious motivation.
Oh, okay, then just.
I mean, fair, yeah.
Okay.
No, but she's
Well, I don't know that
she almost hit on it though. But he wants the difference, and the difference is the money. The difference is the tax benefits. The difference is the familial benefit. Like especially if you have dependents, like it just becomes like a very like money contract thing more than anything else. Citizenship, depending on if you have like if you're needing to have a green card, you have to get married. Like there's no other way of getting a green card for someone. There's all sorts of like things like that adds the marriage component comes in. Otherwise, he's right. You don't need to technically get married. If you want to be together with someone forever, then that's it. You're gonna be together forever. I don't see a problem with that either. I don't think that there's any problem with that. If you trust that person to that extent, I don't see a problem.
Okay, I identify as married then. I'm no longer single. Not gonna be gay by 50. Here we go.
I think it's really romantic that in front of all of your like friends and family, you get up and claim each other, and then if you stick with it, it's like.
Well, it's
you haven't dreamed of your wedding day since you were a little boy?
No, that's. I think that's something women do. But
it's romantic.
I used to do that at 15.
It's biblical.
I used
There's
to think
nothing
about getting married.
It's really romantic. Hold on, let me just respond to that.
Okay.
Yes, it's really romantic that you can make this commitment in front of all your friends and family, and it's also very pathetic when that commitment means nothing. When your wife goes and sees a divorce attorney, and you end up getting divorced, and all your friends are like, "Wow, I was there to witness the vows that you said." I was there to see the words come out of your mouth. Till death do us part. Your words mean nothing.
I saw Chrissie and Frank do.
But why would I care about what anyone else?
I'm addressing her argument.
Okay.
I'm addressing her argument.
Okay.
I'm not like
sorry,
fine. You can have your own thing. But she's saying, well, you get in front of all your friends and family, and then it's this commitment till death do us part. Your words have to mean something. And frankly, nowadays they don't, whether you're religious or not.
Maybe if you hate your last name.
Wait, what?
That's a reason, right? You hate your last name.
Yeah, but you can get a legal name change.
I have something to respond to you, Brian. If I plan to get married, I'm going in, like he said, till death do us part. I'm going to take the word very serious.
You say that.
Yeah.
You say that.
I do.
But how many
people... know that shit does happen and shit might happen, and I'm hoping that it doesn't. But that's why we said we have very deep conversations, very strong conversations about having kids, about our healthcare, what if one of us dies, and stuff like
power
that.
of attorney.
Exactly. I know.
Civil power of attorney.
Exactly.
What does it say? Okay, Brian, you're making yourself look weak. I was not that long ago in a relationship with a woman who I would call a unicorn. She was as close to perfect as you can get, and myself, messed up, but at least I'm man enough to admit it.
See, personal accountability.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Maybe. I have queued up the next portion. We'll learn about his backstory.
It's weird though, because I do get him, and I do agree with him. Actually, that's been my argument for a long time too. Is that you can be with someone and not get married, but as long as you both have that like being monogamous thing in mind.
Well, we are in the age of just kind of, I think, having to rethink a lot of things, and I think a lot of things have been kind of changed and just kind of like compartmentalized and controlled so much by like a sector of society that really does not have people's best interests at heart, and culture itself has kind of moved so far away from something that makes sense. You know, I think there is a general overall societal wise a need of these conversations. Like, and you know what? I'll say this about whatever, you know, compared to the Fresh and Fits, the Pearly things, all those other ones, those things are about screaming, and those things are about making the gotcha moments. Like, as we can see here, like, yeah, we may not agree with Brian, but he's having earnest conversation on his show. He's having calm and like he's not always just trying to get the gotcha moments and stuff. Like, yeah, he may be spicy with sometimes the way he says things, but I mean, he's not talking down to the guests in this conversation. He's disagreeing, you know?
Yeah.
So I do give that to whatever podcast, and I do give that to Brian.
I do too.
Like, you know, compared to all of them, I think this is possibly one of the only ones of this realm that...
I agreed.
Because Brandon's sheer presence like elevates the entire show, because he's very serious and he is sure of himself and principled, and he doesn't often have people on that are like that. Candace was another episode of like, when you have someone on who is like so secure in their beliefs, it elevates the whole thing.
Yeah, that's true. I guess he does. Yeah, he changes it up for the guests. Like when Christie was on, it was more of like, let me bash the person. So I guess it does change show to show. So, all right. So there's a little bit more here, and then we'll move on to the backstory of Brian. And then I think that's kind of like the last part I have.
I know. But what I'm saying is that I plan to go that seriously, and that's why we have talked about...
But you've not made a compelling argument to convince me.
Let me jump in.
The thing is, Brian, you like said that you're already going in with a narrative that someone's going to divorce you.
Yeah.
That's why you don't take it as... That's why you...
I think every guy should think that that's a risk.
It's a gamble.
Yeah, but it's a worthy investment.
Okay.
It's a worthy risk. You say, what is the benefit if it goes well? It's the greatest thing that you can ever do as a man, in my opinion, is to be married to one woman. It's incredibly important for a man to be stable, for a man to have to not focus on all of this other stuff. As a single man, it's very difficult. I remember when I was single, it was difficult, man. Is this woman eligible? This woman, I got to go on a date. I got to spend all this money because I'm paying for the dates. And so with my wife, it's just way different. I came out here, I'm going to the hotel, I'm going to eat breakfast, and I'm going home to my wife. I don't have to play no games. We ain't got to text back and forth. We don't need to do nothing. I mean, when I say text back and forth, meaning that, does she still like me? Do we like each other? It has created such an incredible value in my life. It's worth the investment. And just like with a contract, nobody in here would just go off of words, right? You know, you have to sign a contract even when we came here. There's a contract for certain things. You don't want to just go off of words.
Yes, Brandon.
I love that.
We had to sign a contract to do this fucking podcast, and you literally told us all, if I have to tell you to talk to the mic 3 times, you're out.
You're out.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Anna told us about that
that's
they take a picture of your ID, you have to sign. Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh yeah, why did you need us to write to sign a contract? Couldn't you just trust us not to screw you over? Oh, such a good.
That was a
W.
great point.
Wow,
awesome.
All right.
Brian wants to cake.
Yeah, look at his face now. Look at his.
He's like, oh no,
look at his dumb face.
I know, he's so upset.
I would love to ask Tatum of what his thoughts were on that, because that was definitely a dig. I think that at the start of the show, as being a police officer, probably was like, I don't like that. I'm not signing this and stuff.
Yeah, like, I can see him being like, I have to sign a freaking what to be on your show?
Like, it's a fucking podcast.
Yeah, especially since he does a lot of shows, so he knows like the comparison.
Chrissy, get him on Simcast.
Brian is. I've interviewed Brandon before. Yeah, he's great. Yeah. He's a great guy. He is someone that men should be looking to for relationship and dad advice.
I really like him.
And Brian is like, he's not secure. Like he's not putting out vibes like he wants to seriously be with a woman. Like you hear when Brandon speaks, you want to be with someone like that. That's like, yeah, bitch, like we're doing it. Like get in. This is happening.
You're
all
ride
about
or die.
this.
Like he's a ride or die.
Whereas Brian's like, I don't know. I mean, I want to be able to kick you out whenever I need to because I'm fucking insecure.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's good points. You know, that's things I think about every day of like my thoughts on things. Is it because of my past hurts? Like, you know, it's something I think all the time about. You know?
Of course, but Fealty, that's
So-
definitely the case for everybody. Like trauma matters, and trauma
Everyone has hurt.
Everybody
Yeah.
has hurt. But the
I
thing
think it
is
also
that, and
matters
that's
who
what he
you
talks
meet,
about
though.
is risk. It's the risk factor. So at
Yeah.
some point, you're gonna have to be like, okay, I'm gonna have to roll these dice. I'm gonna have to go. It's like D&D. You're gonna have to roll the fucking dice and see if you can get a high roll or not. Because yeah, you might get a 1, but you might also get a 20, and then you're set.
Yeah. All right, we'll move to the second to last portion here.
This show is Brian's
It's Brian's dating pool. Kind of.
Well, there is one girl, Layla, that's been trying to get with Brian, but he is not down because she does porn. I mean,
Wasn't he dating that Asian girl on the show?
Helmet girl,
Madison?
Yeah,
No.
Madison. Oh.
No. Apparently, her dad was on the show. He was one of the American Gladiators. That was
He
on
was
the American
Nitro.
Gladiator thing. Yeah,
Oh.
but I don't. It was so weird, like the way they
was
talked
weird.
about it, and it was. If they are father and daughter, they are the weirdest father and daughter ever.
It was a weird vibe for sure.
Morgan's
Yeah.
like playing way too much Baldur's Gate. That's true. This is true.
Someone roll a d20.
Fucking D20 that bitch.
Okay,
relationship.
d20. Let's see what we get. 7. All right. There we go.
That wasn't
We're
even
screwed.
mid.
Yeah, that was not a good outcome right
That was
there.
not a good roll. Maybe you'll
It's
get
low.
bonuses. It's okay.
Yeah. Never.
So
My
we
dice
so
suck.
in your listening of this episode,
Yeah.
Fealty, have you heard pastry girl say more than 3 things?
I changed up the parts. I've been changing up the parts where we were going to go over to focus. I felt we'll go on the Brian route. She does talk a bit. We're not going to get to the part. I was trying to find it. That just give me a second here.
Oh yeah, because
There
she's supposed
was-
to like tell us something that we would be shocked about.
Yeah, I was trying to find where that was in my notes here of 500 lines of notes and timestamps. I can't find it. I thought I wrote down, but I'll just tell you. She has 2 lady bits down there that make the babies.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Yeah, she has two of the lady bits that make the babies. She has 2 of them. So 4 ovaries, two of all that jazz. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
To me that's pretty crazy. I mean,
That's kind of nuts. Yeah. Like she's
Yeah.
a mutant, is what
Yes.
you're saying. Okay.
Yes, some girls get 3 boobs. She has 3 ovaries and 2 ovaries.
Fun.
Well, 4 ovaries, 2 fallopian tubes, and
Pastry girl.
yes, pastry. girl.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
They didn't talk about it long, so it was a really short moment, but yeah. Shocking. I swear I wrote down. It's annoying me. Oh well. I guess I didn't write that one down. Sorry, people. I've let you all down.
Mm-hmm.
I will be single till 50 now because of it.
Oh.
All right. So here we go. So this part here, they're talking about who should pay for things on a date and stuff, and then that's going to lead into Brian's backstory. Yeah, so it's kind of about if you have the money or not, and should you go on dates? All right, so here we go.
100% provider.
Okay, we'll move on from that. Let's see. Men are used to not nowadays men are used to not paying for men are used to not pay everything for the girl because us girls permitted that. That's what you said.
Yeah. Sorry if it wasn't
No, it's
good
fine.
wording.
It's fine. I mean, if you want to, I think as a guy, if you want to min-max, have the most success when it comes to dating, you should probably pay for first dates. But
let me add this: if you're a guy and you cannot pay, you shouldn't be dating.
Yep.
One thing about men, and I tell young men that work with me, I tell them they should wait until they're financially stable before they ever start dating. If your mama's still paying your phone bill, you shouldn't be dating women at all. If you're still living with your mama, you shouldn't be dating women at all. You should be focused on building your career, building yourself as a
That's good
man,
advice.
building your credit. When you get yourself to the point where you're sustainable, you're in your calling, then I think that's when you should start dating women. Because what happens is young men want to date a woman while he's down here. And then he started to grow on the ladder, and then he got to drag this woman up with him, and now he's miserable. I think men should get themselves to a point where they're in their calling, they're financially stable, and they can date women in the range that they want to, instead of settling and then trying to upgrade later. I really do think it's invaluable.
There's two sides to that, though.
Pay.
Because there's you can, yes, ideally, sure, but it's also like, if you want to find your ride or die, usually it's people who are with you when you have nothing, and they come up with you when you have nothing.
The skills that you learn when you are working and paying rent and paying your utility bills, that takes you from like little boy to adult man, and it makes you more attractive to women.
Yeah, that's true. Of course. It's true.
That's how I feel. And even if the woman got more money than me, my wife, I think she was making more money than me when we first met. Just a little bit, maybe 10,000 more a year. I think it's something of that nature.
Sure.
But my goal was to impress her. My goal was to show her that I'm a consistent man. I'm a reliable man. I'm financially stable. And so it wasn't what can you do for me? It was like, let me show you that this is what you get being with a man like me. And obviously I won that. So
yeah.
Go ahead, Brian.
I'll just address that really quick. Like, I would want to pay and be that guy for the right girl.
Yeah.
My issue is that the current dating climate, the current dating landscape is, and both men and women move in very shady ways when it comes to dating, is, as a guy, okay, you got a couple things, right? You have women who are promiscuous or have a promiscuous past, who have high body counts.
Hello.
You want intro, Kiki?
This is Keanu Thompson of
Oh,
Keanu.
yes. Hi. Sorry. Yes, I've been enjoying all of your takes, Nina. I feel like
You're coming in hot. You might want to lower the volume.
Your microphone?
I just became deaf.
Is your microphone protesting?
I told you. Is that better?
That's better.
That's better.
Oh, so for everybody to know, after
your fucking mic in your mouth, we're like Brian. We're like opposite of Brian. We're like, please.
Oh my God, Brian.
So for everybody to know, after the stream tonight, I'm going to be working with Keanu to get her audio interface working correctly.
You're a saint. You're a living saint,
It
Fealty.
seems to be working now. Is it very loud?
Yeah, it's much better. No, it's much
a
better.
little. I'd say it's a little low. You can go a little bit higher than that.
It's usually like sometimes with those mics too, is I know that when you come into StreamYard gives you a really high gain at the beginning and then it like levels out. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's
using AI to kind of do the levels, and it has AI to clean the vocals. I'm just using NVIDIA Broadcast to do that.
So this is fine right now, correct?
Yeah, you
that's
sound
perfect.
It doesn't.
Great.
Well, I just don't want to fucking touch anything, and then it just craps out on me. I don't know. They should not call this a Shure microphone because obviously I'm never sure.
It's unsure.
Anyway,
so
felt like
good.
you guys were making some really good points. Just wanted to jump in and say hello. That's all.
Hello.
Hi.
Continue on. I watched this episode.
Oh, really?
Good old Brian. Here we go.
Yeah, she has a focus, right? I'm gonna get it if it can be fixed, it will be fixed after the stream, people. Keanu Cast could go off without a hitch in untowarded ways. Here we go.
Yay.
Who did not hold themselves to a traditional standard currently or in their past. In that situation, I feel like almost taken advantage of, or like I'm a sucker, I'm a mark for adhering to my traditional gender roles with a woman who is clearly not traditional or did not have a traditional past. Certainly, look, can people have made mistakes in the past? Can they redeem themselves? Sure. But certainly a woman who's currently not traditional, I have like this gut reaction, like I'm a sucker if I pay for this girl and she's like dating
Brian
other men.
had a gut
She's,
reaction. Shocking.
sleeping with other men. Like that's the way a lot of people move. How long have you been married?
4 years.
Oh, okay. I mean, you were in the dating marketplace.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how people move. Like people are dating and sleeping with multiple people at the same time. Maybe if you're like trying to narrow it down to, Christian women, not so much.
I think Brian needs like a 1 hour session with Brandon here.
Yeah. Wait, what did he say? Like, just remind me about like 5 seconds. What kind of women? Persian women? Did he say Persian women? What did he just say?
No.
Brian is in his
like
feelings.
People are dating and sleeping with multiple people at the same time. Maybe if you're like trying to narrow it down to, Christian women.
He's angry.
He's
He's
not so much.
told them about my contract and the licenses. How dare you? So now he's, spinning and reeling. Yeah,
Okay,
I mean, I want to say too, though, like yet again, culturally, I do feel that, like, all right, Brian he's sharing his hurt there, and culturally, he is kind of fair on the fact of there is a worry there right now. Culturally, it's very fair to say that there can be a worry there, with the way the government is, with the rules of marriages and everything. It's I hate to just shoot him down completely, because I do think that that's very fair, especially for him, someone he's made his money. His channel's 10 years old. He's an OG YouTuber, whatever's been around for a long time. I can kind of understand this day and age, especially for someone in his position of it could be a really big concern. And who knows, he's going to explain some of his backstory. I just hate to completely shut down. Yeah, Brian. When someone's saying we could make fun of his his scenario with his hurt and everything, and kind of just get over that.
Well, Fealty, yes, I'm always one to go for the I Hate Brian campaign, and I think he's a useless human being. But as I've been watching this program since you guys introduced me to it, I have seen some a little bit of humanity from Brian, and I've seen he's not all bad. I think he's troubled and hurt, and he has some points. But the point that he's making about marriage, he's really right now just butthurt because the guy brought up the contract thing, so he's just spiraling out of control, honestly. Yeah. But and also this could be it reminded me when I was in the shower. I was talking to my betrothed, but it reminds me of the gay argument. Like, why can't gay people get married? Well, that's not married. That's not this. He's like, it should be this religion or that. It's just it's a slippery slope. So some people don't, as sad as it is, some people don't really. Who said a pinky promise? Nina, right?
Yeah.
Some people kind of maybe think of it like that, but you can't not let everybody really do something, especially when taxes are involved.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying. it's nuanced. I don't think.
Also, I love Brian.
He's amazing,
just like you. Fealty.
Yeah. I don't think he's amazing. I don't think all of his viewpoints are amazing, but I feel bad for the guy.
I've seen that he's humanized himself to me as I've been watching.
Me too. I actually really do agree with him, because I understand. Like, this is what I told Cody, Camelot, because we've had this discussion, and he's like, "Oh, I never want to get married," and I'm like, "Yeah, you shouldn't."
Divorce, right?
And I was like, "You shouldn't, because you're not marriage material, just generally speaking."
He's not.
Like, he's just and it's good that he knows himself, and it's good that he doesn't want to get married, because he should never get married. And some people are like that. It's just like, and he's not even meant for that. Because I even asked him, I'm like, okay, forget marriage, forget the marriage license situation, like the government thing. Like, would you want to have what Brian just talked about? And he said no. And I'm like, yeah, then you don't belong in that kind of relationship. Like, he just wants to.
I never wanted to get married either, but then I found myself a low value man. Right, Visconti? He has his headphones in. Right.
I hope I can have something half as good as what you and Visconti have, and what Chrissy and Frank have. I haven't gotten to see Nina and her, man, but
he's not
someday.
And Courtney, you're so right, because it says Cody's still beat up from his divorce, and that's most men. Most men are so jaded because they had a really, really bad breakup.
Yes.
Right. That's clearly what happened to Brian. I mean, no one acts like this and puts people in comfortable chairs like this and sits in their own comfortable chair like this if they haven't been hurt. He's hurt. Hurt people hurt people.
Hurt people sit in chairs like this.
Yes. Hurt people put themselves in a comfortable chair and put everyone else in an uncomfortable chair for 3 hours.
I just really
want. Comes from this, I just hope someday Brian sees just this portion of the show right now. Brian, just buy new chairs for the people. You have enough money. Just buy them chairs.
You have a neck rest. How dare you?
No, he can't buy better chairs for these people, because look, that girls can't even fit there. If you get any bigger chair, like, that's it. Like, you cannot. The girls already are not fitting.
That's why I think the purpose of it is to exhaust the women, So it's like they're being waterboarded. It's psychological torture because they say things they don't mean. It truly is. I mean, there can be no other reason. Why wouldn't you just get them some
Oh my God, Keanu, I think you're right because Anna told us to. Didn't she say something like you can't really go to the bathroom?
No, yes. He's like one bathroom break and that's it. And if you don't talk into the microphone, then you're out. Buster. Right.
3 mics and you're out.
Yeah, he has a level of autism, but I won't
Yeah.
shit on Brian too much more because he knows how I
No,
feel.
shit on. I'm not saying not shit on him. I'm just saying like, I
No,
feel bad for
he
the guy.
humanized himself as I've been watching this program a bit. Yeah. Hurt people with with uncomfortable chairs.
All right, so let's, the next portion is a little bit more, like a minute, less than a minute, and then it should start moving into Brian's backstory, which might dehumanize him, and then that's kind of the last part. Yeah.
2 panels ago, she said that she made it a goal to go on 50 dates with 50 men in 50
Their
days.
meatball
I'll come back to them
donated
just a second.
$100. Men should date when they have reliable finances. But paying for dinner on dates or even drinks with friends is a gesture I believe in. There's just a lot of women who overestimate themselves and misunderstand what the gesture means.
Yo, Mr. Meatball, very good to see you in the chat, man. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So I just don't want to feel like a sucker, basically, where, and the girl who was on the panel 2 shows ago, she said she went on a date with a new guy every single day. And if I was date number 15, you just went on 14 dates. She said she did 2 dates in one day. Look, we just met. We're not exclusive, obviously, but I would feel like, man, like she's not really respecting my time. She's not really respecting that I'm making this traditional gender role gesture.
Do you swipe through on a given day on your app? You know what I mean? How many guys would like bang a girl, like multiple girls in a day if they could?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I wouldn't, but
Fealty from Capri, we're going to find you someone to love. All right,
I've got till 50.
When you
I
know,
hope
you know.
And when the clock strikes 12 on his 50th birthday, he will be gay.
Yeah.
And
That's
all
what
right.
we've decided tonight. I'll call up Mike Harlow and be like, "You still single, bruh?"
He'll be like, yes, snap, Z-snap. Absolutely.
I hope he says, "No, Fealty, you're straight. Stay back on the other team."
That's right.
Let's learn about Brian.
Sure, of paying for the first date. After our date, she's gonna go on another date, and she's got 4 dates lined up. Right. And then that's like granted, she said this on the show. I don't think most women are going on a new date every single day of the week, but I've definitely had experiences. I've gone on dates with a girl, and I'll ask them, "So, how's the dating life?" And they're like, "Yeah, I just went on like 4 dates this past week," and I'm like, "Okay, see, like to me." And the other thing,
it sounds like someone who seriously wants to meet a husband. Right?
And that's somebody that doesn't really, I don't care who it is, I just want to get married. I've never looked at like love like that. Call me crazy. I was like looking forward to I would love to be the crazy old lady unmarried for the rest of my life. I think that would be a cool aesthetic, right? But Brian also kind of looks at it sort of like very it's very visceral the way he looks at it. He
thinks it's slutty to go on dates. Like literally meals of food with a person. He's getting like a slutty vibe from
He's
that.
like, well, why would I pay for you? Because you've probably been on 6 other dates this week, you harlot. Like, I mean,
like he wants to be considered special before he's earned his specialness with a woman. Like he wants just going like, this is why I think he's too arrogant and he has an overinflated ego. Like he thinks just
and a better chair than everyone else on his own
he
podcast.
thinks simply being out with him, he's owed, no other dates that week or that month.
Right. And I've never been one to just like line up Visconti's the first one I think that ever just like took me on a date, but we had boned already. And then where's the magic? Where's the the romance, Like if you take that out of it, then what's it all for? Yeah. Right?
Well, isn't that what he's saying he wants there by saying like I want
not
to go
when
on
he's
this
not
date
when
with...
he's like, well, if he already assumes like, well, I will not pay for you because you probably have been on 6 dates already. I will treat this very methodically.
Well, not meaning on that part, not about the paying, but meaning of like let's say you watch like the movies, the romantic movies and stuff. Like that girl, she's not going on dates with like all these other guys. Like there's often another guy in the picture and then she chooses the good guy over the bad guy. But like in that sense of it, on that portion of it, I do think, I mean, because we also have to remember he does interview girls twice a week for like 6 hours each show, and the stories he's hearing from these girls, I mean, that's like he said, like this girl that literally that week did say like she decided she was going to do a date every day, and in one day she did 2 dates with 2 different guys, you know, and was like, so this is happening. It's not like this is not happening, you know, and it's a matter of at what level. So then also think about where he's living. In this area, he's in a college town.
Oh, it's Santa Barbara.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like maybe in his area, he doesn't have the chance really to meet like more sane girls and stuff like that. So
he is right in that aspect. Absolutely. Why go on a date with somebody if you like, because I've never been on the apps or whatever, but if you're like, well, I'm going to treat it like this.
I have.
Treat it like finding my soulmate on the internet, right? If he maybe left his house sometimes, or his comfortable chair, and like met somebody at a bar or whatever, and then was like, you know what, I kind of had a connection with her, and then maybe he would feel that like sort of spark or connection, and then maybe would want to pay for her dinner, you know, and maybe wouldn't assume that she was going on 6 other dates that week. It seems like he's been on the app too much.
Social media has made like he's very much aware of something that not all men are aware of. It's like, it just as like men think of it as a numbers game. Some women think of it as a numbers game. And it used to be we wouldn't know how many dates a girl had been on that week.
Right.
It just wasn't something women talked about. It was like a little untoward to be like, you would kind of lie and be like, no, you're the only one. But now he's like, he doesn't like knowing about like all this competition. He just wants to think he's special out the gate.
He's
and
like, I am looking for a mate, but I will never marry you. And also, and if you are worthy, I may give you a comfortable chair. Right?
No, I do agree. He's scared. That's for sure. The guy is terrified. You know, like he's expecting destruction around every turn. You know, and that sucks. That's so like, think about how that would be to live. You know, I mean, I suffer. I'll be honest, I suffer from that too. I mean, I've made investments in my life that I'm terrified to get into a relationship with someone and have to come to the day of deciding if this is going to be shared or not. I mean, the amount of torture I've gone through to hold on to it and not sell it just so I can get food, you know, to not live off of ramen and stuff because this asset's not appreciated to what I know it's going to become. Like, it's like, you know, you sell something that's worth 50 cents a coin right now, and then what I'm expecting it to be worth, if it's worth 100 a coin, that sandwich worth it? No, it wasn't. So I tell myself, eat the freaking ramen, hold on to it, don't waste your money, don't buy new clothes, don't do this, don't go out, don't go hang out, don't use it to go to a comedy show.
If you do, then you'll fall in love, though.
That's what I hope for. Like, but like, you know, it is scary because yet again, I mean, I am in New York, and honestly, every single relationship I've been in was destruction. And then over the years of trying to date and the dating apps, and like, I mean, literally, I could sit on Tinder right now. If you want, I'll send you my pictures, make a profile, go on Tinder and swipe right on people. You could do it all day long. All day long. You're not going to get a match. Like, you're not. Like, that is just the reality. I was on it for years. I'm just going to blow it out there, people. I was on it for years. Not one.
Well, that's right. Because love is.
Let me finish. Let me finish. So I changed the profile, changed explaining myself, tried everything I could think of. Had other people come up with profiles for me of what to say, what am I doing wrong? Trying to figure it out from sunset to sunrise. Like, you know, there was one day I literally swiped on it for like 6 hours. You know, paying to be able to swipe on it. I swiped to the point where there was no one to swipe on anymore within like a 15-mile radius.
The end of Tinder.
I got to the end of Tinder, and it was just no. And it's like, look, I don't like. I'm not saying I'm ugly, but it's like, this is my look. This is who I am. If the pictures and the profile didn't get it, so I'm just saying, like, you know, y'all are married, Keanu, you're in a lovely relationship. Then again, you're probably the closest to been dating in the more recent age. Like, it's not great. It's not what it once was. So I do feel bad for Brian a little bit. I will say that, but I do think way he's going about it is all wrong. He's just going about it with hurt and
He's
anger.
going about it in a poor way. Wait, I call me old school, but I could never go meet up with somebody that I met on Tinder and be like, well, what are your interests? I could never do that. Fealty.
OkCupid was good. I will say OkCupid was good back in the day because you could search by what you're into. So like I did date 2 girls off of OkCupid because I was able to find gamers and nerds. But
OkCupid, that's no. I think Fealty, what in life you have so many friends, so many connections. One day it's just gonna hit you, and you're just gonna meet somebody.
No,
and
I'm not saying it has to be now. I'm not saying it's like a lost cause. I'm just trying to say from Brian's standpoint, because like the things you guys are saying, like I just wanted to point it out that's like the reality of it. You got to take into account where he is. He's in a college town.
I get why he's frustrated. I get why he's frustrated, but he's so frustrated that he's treating it too.
It's a little off-putting.
He's treating it too methodically and not letting any sort of emotion go into it at all.
He's a bit cynical and black-pilled, where I don't feel that from you, Fealty. And like,
Fealty,
that is hard because I met Frank before Tinder was really a thing. And my other serious boyfriends I met all in person. So like
I've met it's always been in person, and you have and there is something to be said for, I believe, the woman in the red shirt. When I watched this, I liked her a lot. The Christian in the red shirt, and he was like shitting on her about the click or the spark or whatever. And maybe Brian hasn't ever felt that. But I wish that for him one day. Maybe I don't know, somebody that comes to work for him, like a roadie or whoever deals with all the chords at a podcast.
Roadie.
Yeah, I don't know what you call it, whatever you call it. Maybe a nice chick roadie will come in and they'll lock eyes, and she'll be undoing all of the chords and putting all the microphones to the sluts' mouths or whatever, and he'll be like, "Oh, you know what? I feel a connection with her." Maybe he'll go on a date with her. I don't think that the internet is the way for Brian to go.
No.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be hard for him to meet someone in his career line. Like the girls who come on the show are OnlyFans people, models and stuff. Maybe he should change up his show to the Brian's trying to find a nice girl for Brian show.
He should start another one. Just be like, "Hey, let me come meet some nice gals who like a man in a comfortable chair."
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So we've learned more about a little bit of his backstory here. What are we at? 329. There's a little bit more. Let's just let's do like 5 more minutes of Brian, and then there's just one other spot that's just a few minutes. That's pretty funny, and then we're at the end.
The big thing.
Here we go.
The worst thing. The worst thing is if I go on a date with a girl and I pay for her food, and then she's sleeping with another guy that I might not be aware of because we just met, right? She takes the food that I paid for. She gets a to-go bag, brings it over to the guy's house who she's sleeping with, who, by the way, never had to pay, who never took her out. He's just a hot dude. And then she gives him the food that I paid for as my romantic, traditional gender role.
Well, let me just say this.
Meanwhile,
that was a hypothetical.
That's a ridiculous hypothetical.
No, that was his story. He was saying that happened to him. That wasn't a hypothetical. That happened to him.
Meanwhile, Brian is making money hand over fist. Okay, he has to.
Well, we don't know if that happened during his YouTube era. That might happen before.
Meanwhile, he's about to fucking snap at Pastry Chef because she's talking way far from the mic right now. Like, holy shit!
I know. Yes, Brian needs to really relax. One time. Maybe or maybe not during his he's making money hand over fist. I mean, can we all agree about that?
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
So
he's definitely making more money to not sound like he sounds.
He's making money with this, he's a successful man at this point. If a girl that you took a doggy bag home and then went and fucked somebody else, you're really going to be so upset about that. I don't know, maybe $100 meal that you paid for. Look how upset he is.
Yeah.
You gotta calm down, Brian. My God, she wasn't the one for you. Clearly. Sorry. but maybe don't go on the apps. Maybe have a genuine connection with somebody.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
like,
difficult for people.
The equivalent of that is like, you know, you really like a guy, he convinces you to have sex, and then he literally never calls you again. Like, you're not losing $100, but you're losing, like, you're kind of demoralized, and you're like, oh wow, like I feel
Exactly. See, I mean,
Yeah, but
that
we
could
want
happen,
Brian to have we want Brian to have some, you know, self thought about himself. I think girls they have a little bit in on that too, you know.
Well, I mean that, Chrissy, you make a great point there. There's something, we get over it, women, if we fucking, you know, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, right?
Yep.
So if you sleep with the guy, then take the doggy bag, right? And then they never call you again. We get the fuck over it. He's mad literally about one time, one girl.
one meal.
He bought her one
Keanu,
food.
I don't know if you were on that show with Madison, and she's like, yeah, I'm not sleeping with a guy until I get a commitment. She's like, nobody will date me, basically. Like,
I mean,
like
that's
nobody's
never
down.
been the way I've rolled, but I've never actually, I can't get out of relationships. Hence I'm engaged. No, I can't
You
get
better
rid of a
not.
man. Literally, I've been in relationships that I don't even want to be in, and I have to literally just fight my way out of them. So how do you explain that? I don't know. I mean, where I pay all the time, and I'll that's just me, but I can't abide by this. One time he bought a girl a meal and she went and boned somebody else. Now all women are the devil.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's more than that. Let's be fair, Keanu.
Yeah, I think there's more than that. I think there's more than that going on.
He's a troubled boy.
Yeah. Let's see what else happens.
Too specific.
Is that hypothetical?
I don't think it's happened to me, but it's for sure.
My God, you did.
For sure.
Wait, so it hasn't happened to him?
It hasn't even happened to him.
Oh wow.
You guys keep making me pause.
You
So
said
I-
it was.
Fealty.
God damn it.
You keep making me pause. I had the timestamp that pointed out that it wasn't.
Sorry, Fealty. Yes.
That was just a little bit of revenge.
So it's a
right there.
hypothetical. Yes.
Yes,
And it's
it
Brandon.
didn't happen to
That's the
Brian.
black guy's name. Yes. Correct.
But now we know, though, even if it did happen to Brian, it wouldn't matter to Keanu.
No. Come on. I'm being particularly nice to Brian this evening. Come on.
Yes, you are.
Yes. Should I call
You
him
are.
something like I call Clam? I don't know. We'll call him Bry dog.
Bran?
Bry dog. Brand.
He's Raisin
Raisin
Bran?
Brand. Yes.
It better than Fealty from Capri. I'm really hoping for a better
Fealty from
name to-
Capri might get
to
you
come
a
out.
lovely gal. You never know.
Oh yeah, that's gonna get me a lovely gal from the 1920s. It's like,
Yes,
oh, it's
what's wrong with
Fealty
the
from
20s?
Capri. He's a
Fealty
nice young
from
fella.
Capri.
Golly. All right, we can skip ahead. There's just one more moment here from the show that I wanted you to see and find out about, and then we're done for the night. I hope everybody enjoyed. Golly. Okay. So, Keanu, do you remember the girl in the red shirt and what she was offered? You know, we'll go back. Okay, so
The one in the center, correct?
yeah, I think we should learn about it. Yeah. Okay. So 1603. This is something that I think Keanu, you've done one time for $1,000.
Oh, yes, I did see, and I did see this part of the program.
Yes. He
One
was
time,
a real
one
straight
guy,
shooter.
$1,000. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So Julia, the red shirt, was talking about something that was offered to her once.
So wait, just to bring it back to you really quick. Okay, the foot thing, 5,000. You didn't.
I did not do it, for the record.
Wait,
I
this
did
was
not do
so
it.
you're 29 now. You said you were
I was
18.
18.
So this was back in 2011.
2013.
Oh, 2013. So this is like 10 years ago.
Yeah. Maybe I was 19.
This is
I was 19,
kind of
I'm
like
sorry.
this is almost before the rise of like this shit is way more common now, but even back then I
Yeah.
feel like it was much less common. So before the rise of social media, etc. Bro, that's some like life on easy mode shit. Not gonna lie. Like there's no dudes out here who have like women. Oh, let me pay you $5,000. Like 18-year-old college guys, $5,000 to like do some weird shit. Like
We would do it.
But he made up murder.
I'd have done
He
it.
could, but this, I feel like.
I mean, when I was 18.
Brian is so dumb. He
Life
can't
on
like
easy mode,
sure,
kind of, like
sure. It's
Unless
easy
he's
when you're
murdered.
younger,
Yeah, but, like,
but
that's
then
some life on easy
when
mode
it
shit.
inverses. It's women have it easier when they're younger because you can make money off your looks easier than guys, but then that runs out, and like you need to think of a plan B.
Mm-hmm. Unless you like, then go into the older women can make money on the internet as well. I mean,
Right.
there's a fetish for everything, so.
And it's not easy. Like you have to look good. You have to constantly buy and change up your outfits. You have to it's not easy. Like looking good is not. It takes hours every day.
Mm.
Oh, I played the wrong spot. Dang it.
It's all right.
Okay. We're going back. Sorry. This is the whole reason why I played this. It wasn't even that. That's why I was like, I didn't remember that part in my notes here. Okay. My bad. We're going back, people. Sorry, I'm changing
worry,
up
little
timestamps
Bill.
here. 4:10:05. We gotta go back to 4:10:05 when this started. So she's gonna explain the feet thing, and there's one thing that you need to see and find out about.
I was told by a girlfriend that since I had a college email, I could sign up for a sugar baby
the
account
feet thing,
for
yeah.
free.
I didn't
and
know it was a
potentially
sugar baby.
Get a sugar. Wait, what?
I didn't know it was a sugar
Was
baby.
it seeking or?
It was like you can meet qualified. I was naive. I was a baby, so it was like you can meet qualified men, and compared to like the sticky floors of frat bathrooms, that sounded great. So I was like, sure, I'll meet a nice guy who's like.
But you were aware the term used was sugar baby, sugar daddy.
Okay, hang on. I don't know what
no.
I know what sugar daddy is. What's a sugar baby?
It's like when you're the thing that goes to the sugar daddy.
Oh,
when you're the opposite.
Okay.
Yeah, sugar daddy.
Visconti's my sugar daddy, right?
Yeah.
Visconti?
Sugar baby's like you have an arrangement where you get paid for your time or your sexual acts.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
For both.
Yeah, you did. You're great.
The recipient.
So you said that on the website, what happened? The guys were asking for revealing photographs, correct?
So if you were a female and you had call it like an ASU email, you got it for free. You got access to the site for free. So I thought it was like a dating platform or something, and the men paid for it. And so I got on and I was like, okay, interesting. And I noticed that there was you'd start talking and there's lots of requests for like naked pictures, and you're like, no. But there's this one guy, and he was friendly, and he was like, hey, can I have a picture of your feet? And I did not know that was like a thing. So I was like, oh, yeah.
Sweet summer child.
Wow. Sure. So I was like, yeah, that's easy. Like, why not? So I sent him a picture of my feet. I don't.
How much did he pay for it?
He didn't pay anything. What?
Wait,
What?
huh?
No, this is what I'm telling you. Like, I thought I was on here like maybe to meet like love of my life or something.
Oh, please.
Meet the love of your life.
That poor girl.
Was that
I didn't
before
know.
or after the foot picture thing?
I actually
I signed up before, and then
I'm sorry. I liked her before I didn't get to this part, but I truly do not believe her. There would be no reason. There would be no reason. Not even back when she was like, come on.
She is a lobbyist.
I believe she's genuinely that naive.
I think so too.
Well, she wasn't always a Christian, and she is not a virgin, by the way.
She wasn't always a Christian. She became a Christian at 19.
She knows. She's had sex before. She knows what's going on.
Well, she's a lobbyist from DC.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she knows. Then she knows.
Yeah, come on. She's smarter than that.
She knows. She lying.
He's like, well, I thought I'd meet the love of my life on sugarbabydaddyfeet.com. I didn't know.
That's
wild. I just was looking for a daddy, and I thought maybe he wanted to like look at my feet. No, 10 toes. I'm a good baby. No, please, come on, stop this. That's ridiculous.
I learned about the feet thing from King of the Hill when they made the Peggy'sFeet.com thing. I was like, wait, what?
I love King of the Hill. Oh my gosh.
Such a good show.
But yeah, I don't know why she's lying about that, because I actually liked her at the beginning, and Brian sort of shit on her. But come on, she knows. She knows. And also, what is wrong with sending feet pictures to people?
I don't know.
What's wrong with it? What's wrong is the men that want to sexualize feet. That's weird. Like, but so if you want to, and we send you photos of our, believe me, and I have the most hideous feet. I refuse to send them on my OnlyFans. I know you do. He does. He loves my feet. They're disgusting. He puts them in his mouth every morning, even when they smell bad. It's so revolting. I have talons for you. I haven't had a pedicure.
He
in
puts
years.
your feet in his mouth every morning.
Yes, it's repulsive. It's
Wow.
disgusting. I
With
have
his
no idea
coffee.
what the appeal is. Maybe it's the men's problem that they want to. Shut up. Maybe it's the men's problem that they want to look at feet and fuck the arches of our feet or something. All right, but I
don't get
cannot
it.
believe she was so naive to think, well, I thought I was going to meet the love of my life, so I just
Fealty,
sent
are
him a
you
photo of
into
my
feet?
I feel like they're on the floor all day long. I'm not really down for that.
It's
I like
gross.
things. Yeah.
It's weird.
If like a chicken parm fell on the floor, I'd really think about it. But a foot's down there, and there's really no point in that.
No, we walk around. I thank my feet every day, even though they're hideous, for walking me around. But other than that, ugh.
Oh my God.
I believe she knew. And I wish she would just be honest. Honesty.
Oh,
is
she
key.
definitely knew. All right, so we got another minute,
Okay,
and
let's
then
see.
a shocking moment is gonna happen.
Wonderful.
He was talking. He was like, "Hey, like," he was asking me about my shoe size and stuff, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
You wait. So for free, you sent him pictures of your feet?
Yeah, because I wasn't signing up for like some prostitution thing. Like I was not expecting any money transaction.
But what? So you actually wanted to date him?
Potentially, because I was
The
told that
foot
he's
thing
like this.
didn't throw you off a little bit?
I was like, oh, that's odd. Like,
Okay.
but
She's
I didn't
open-minded.
know.
She's open-minded.
I wouldn't say. I would say more naive.
Okay, sure, naive.
I had no
So
idea.
you sent him 3 pictures of your feet. He then said that you qualified, and then told you he would pay you $1,000 to go to his house.
No, 5,000.
Oh,
Should I put it that
that's not a
5,000 to
shocking
go?
fact.
He would send a car, pick me up from my dorm, and he would send a car and bring me. And he was like, "I have all these high heels," and he was like,
That
"I
actually
would
sounds like
to
my
walk on my
dream.
back
That sounds
in
like
high
that's
heels."
my fantasy.
Did you do it? No, of course. I was
Still
he
not
was like,
a
"Okay,
shocking
5,000." I was
fact.
like, "Oh my gosh, no, yeah, no, I was terrified."
Does he
like,
say
I
that?
got all these
Guy,
skinny
like,
shoes.
giving
I was like, "Oh,
You
maybe."
done?
I was like, "This sounds like the beginning of a horror movie."
Give me that money. I'm
This is
done.
how I end up in a basement.
Somebody's weird. Let me just say this. I know it's weird. I want to defend all the men out there that like feet. So it's not weird for men to like feet. That dude has got something going on.
Yeah.
Now let me say this.
Is this a whatever official Brandon Tatum? Do you have?
I am a foot person.
Really?
And my wife watching it, she knows. She already
You and
knows.
Travis Barker.
I love feet. The first thing that I look at on a woman is her feet.
Whoa.
Very first thing. Because
feet are the
one thing is I
nipples.
like feet, but also it says a lot about a woman if she take care of
Feet
her
are
hands
the
and her
nipples
feet.
of the legs.
If you see a woman with
Yes.
chipped up, no offense to you ladies, you see a woman with chipped up fingernails and chipped toes and they don't take care of the little things, in my opinion, I believe that they're not taking care of other stuff.
Wait, so
that's just me.
Do you get like? Do you get like it's a turn on for you?
Yes, 100%.
Like you get bricked up. Sorry, I'm being vulgar. I'm sorry.
Feet are very attractive. Feet are
I
very
knew a guy
attractive. And I
once
would date
that
a
was
woman-
into ankles. Like there was like it wasn't feet, but he would break up with girls or like
ankle?
not even date them if they had like manly ankles. Like the girth of the ankles mattered.
You like calf to ankle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it mattered like how big the ankle was for
I
him.
don't
I was
mind
like,
any fetish. Foot fetish is obviously a thing. Jesus made all of his gay disciples wash his feet.
what the fuck?
I mean, it's from the dawn of time. Isn't that right? Am I wrong? Did
No,
I say
you're
something
right.
untoward? No. I don't mind.
No,
a
but you're
foot
right.
fetish.
I
just
was saying
don't-
that about marriage earlier, Keanu. I don't know if
Yes.
you caught it or not. Because
I did. I
Fealty
was
asked-
showering and I heard you say, and I was clapping, going, yes,
yeah, they
exactly.
had feet washing ceremonies.
Feet washing. Right. Jesus clearly was it. No, Jesus washed all those disciples. He washed all of
Somebody
his
washed feet.
disciples' feet. Right. There's a major foot fetish. There's something about men and women's feet. So it's fine. Everybody has their kink. That's all right. She knew though, especially as a Christian now.
The
She
fucking
must have
cat is
known.
losing it.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Norse. Thank you, Magnum.
Did I say something untoward?
Respectfully, Nina, I don't think anyone is beyond marriage. I was a man whore in college, and it scarred me for life. Anyone can find redemption.
Oh, I completely agree with you. I'm saying like Cody as it stands right now should not get married.
Because he's saying he doesn't want to. So it's like,
Like at some point, I'm sure if you find that one person, of course, you can change your whole life around. I mean, look at Keanu. She says she never wanted to get married until she found her dude.
Exactly.
You know?
And he puts my feet in his mouth every morning, no matter how unpedicured or filthy they are. There's
Mhm.
something with feet. I don't know.
Yeah,
And
it's
I
every
want to get
passing
married so I
minute.
don't become gay.
Push-up says I can do about 20. Prefer lifting because push-ups hurt my shoulders. Also, marriage predates the Bible. Feel
Yes, it does.
push-ups. If you're lifting, you need to lift heavier because nobody can tell. You need to up that weight, homeboy. Push-ups. Stuttering Charles, quick, call in. Viking, Fealty, try going to one of Ian's hotel parties to meet a nice
Oh
girl.
no. For a
That's
second, I
funny.
was like, "Who's Ian?" And when it hit me,
Ian.
that hit like
Oh,
a
no.
pile of bricks. Nope, no thanks. Or who was the girl last week who she was having parties too? No thanks.
Oh,
Oh, wait,
yeah,
I'm not in a.
Puppy
Yeah, I'm not in a couple, so I wouldn't even be invited to that. So, yeah. All right, we got one more part here. It's a little bit over a minute long, but we're about to learn something.
There's a website called Wiki. Sure, pull it up. Called Wiki Feet, and these weird. Oh, he already has it going, bro. They made a profile about. They just find photos of me where my feet are visible.
Brian's on the site.
Wait,
Oh my
scroll
God,
up.
Brian's on there?
Scroll up to the top.
Yeah.
These and I have a really good rating on WikiFeet. Scroll all the way to the top, Nick. I've got a
That's not that good.
4.14 out of 5 stars on WikiFeet.
That's not
This is not me
Chrissy,
posting.
I
This
have
is
one.
some weirdo.
Nina, do you have one?
Wait, all of
Yes.
those
I've never
you?
checked if
That's
I
me.
have one.
I didn't know until recently, but I do have a wiki feed, and I'm quite proud of it actually for
Yeah.
the hideous feet that I have.
I'm
Now
very
I want
honored.
to. Now I want to check. Is it like wikifeet.com?
Oh, let's bring up mine.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm like, great, wonderful, and I didn't realize.
I'm curious to know if I have one. I don't think I do. I don't know.
I guarantee you do. If I have one, you have one.
So I was a foot model for a couple years. It was my second job. It paid almost nothing. It paid $50 an hour, but they would always only see me like 10, 15, 20 minutes at a time sometimes.
No, I don't have any.
So
Really,
anyway,
Chrissy, is that true?
yes, it was my second job when I was working at the title insurance place because it just wasn't. I wasn't making enough money.
I love that about
And
you.
I found
Okay.
this job on Craigslist, and I couldn't believe it was legitimate.
You actually had fucking like you were a feet model. You were
I was
like
a foot model.
Peggy'sFeet.com.
And then it's like, okay, then I really like, ham it up here.
You have great feet, though.
But I have actually
talons.
perfect. I was the staple size for like size 7 is like the fit testing size, and I'm a 7, and I have high arches. So like, I actually was a very good foot model. So I should have been making more money, but that's when I got into the habit of like taking pictures of my feet and like getting into shoes.
When we were in LA, remember when you were and I was like, look at your feet.
Oh, look at
right
Fealty
now.
trying
Yeah.
to show his feet. That was great. Fealty.
I can't get it up.
That's what she
to
said.
The camera. I almost said to the camera.
That's hilarious.
That was the last part. Anyway, Officer Tatum also does have a foot thing if you want to just see his really quick.
I like that.
There you go.
Oh my God, that's so
wow. Those are like flat. It's like he's wearing shoes.
Yeah, I have like flat
Look
feet,
at his,
like him,
look at
but
his
worse.
completely flat feet.
That's crazy.
Well, he was a cop, and they're called flatfoots.
Really?
Yeah, it's a nickname for a cop. If they're walking the beat, if they're like a street cop, they're called flatfoots.
He has
'cause-
no
that's cool.
arch.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
My baby toes
Wow.
look like candy corns. I always call them that.
Oh.
I have absolutely hideous.
Chrissy got hungry.
I love candy.
I'm starving actually.
I'm hungry too.
Me too.
This foot should be studied in a lab. It's completely flat.
My feet are flat, and they're hideous because I did ballet for years. Why did I bang my head into the wall doing ballet when I have flat fucking feet? I don't know.
Is he maybe wearing flippers? Could that be? Because they're
No, his
so
feet
flat.
are flat. They're just flat. Oh, look
I
at the
have
girl
hobbit
behind
feet.
him. She has nice arches.
Is that his wife?
I don't know.
No, I think he's probably married to like a hot black chick. The woman has to have nice feet. That's all she has going for her. The woman.
going on with men and the feet. That's all.
Well, I'm 5'5" and my shoe size is 11. I have hobbit feet.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let's see those arches.
I know.
Go to McDonald's if you want to see some of those.
I would love a good McDonald's moment.
I can't get.
Oh,
my
I'm
feet
sorry.
up
His
high
wife
enough.
is white. I don't know anything.
Is his wife white? Wow.
I don't know.
That woman behind him is white, right there.
I don't know.
Yeah, but there's a hand coming in from the side, so it makes me think that that's just another couple and maybe his wife is
Yeah.
taking the picture.
I
It
agree.
looks like they're both showing their feet in like the river of Jordan or something. I don't know.
It's the river of iniquity.
Yes, the river. Oh God. Chrissy, did you hear Pisconti just say that? He said
No.
iniquity.
Aw.
You guys, one of the things.
I just want to say I am trying to get married before 50. Gosh, you got to point out the good stuff, okay, Jimmy?
Fallen Arches sounds like the name of a podcast.
Is it?
No.
No.
Or a restaurant. The Fallen Arches in.
That would be a great like anti-McDonald's would be the Fallen Arches.
Oh,
you know?
Yes.
I get what he was saying though about feet in general, like because he's like that's the first thing I look at on women. Mind you, I press X to doubt on that because usually automatically like your eyes is the first thing you see.
Oh, yeah.
Just generally speaking. And then usually for dudes it's boobs. And then it's butt, and then it's feet. It's like, I mean, come on, it's not. There's no way this dude's like going like, oh, let me check out your feet immediately. But
unless she's wearing heels on a date, and then he just looks at that right away.
I guess maybe that's true.
Or unless you're the girl in the red shirt, and she was like, I was trying to find my, pardon the pun, soulmate on footfinder.com.
But I'm saying though, I get what he's saying because like women that take care of their nails and like just generally speaking, like the little things are usually like they're more like they got it going on more than
they'll take care of your cooch. If you're taking care of your feet, you're definitely taking care of your cooch.
Exactly. You're not gonna have swamp ass is basically what's going on.
Though that's the only that I take care of. My nails and my toenails. I mean, my nails are never ever going to be. The cooch area is the thing that I take care of. My nails always going to be chipped, nail polish. My feet just don't even bother.
Well, Keanu, it's a good thing you're engaged because some men will look at those and be like, "Oh, that girl probably has swamp ass." That's just the way it is.
Right.
Yeah, that's me. I would date girls, but they all got the swamp ass. You know,
Swamp ass.
That's my biggest problem.
Oh God. That's yes.
I've never looked at feet. I've never. It's just. I guess
it's not your thing.
Yeah, like not at all. I've been trying to think back to like. I mean, I've dated girls. I've seen their feet. You know, I lived with a girl for 3 years, but feet's just never. I don't know.
There's something there's something with men.
Anna.
This is me and Anna just
Did you see Anna stick her foot in her mouth?
Yeah.
I did that with her on that show too.
Oh, that's on your wiki feed? Of course, yeah. What does Nina and Keanu have?
I
don't have
one.
Oh my goodness.
I guess you gotta show your feet then.
There you go.
Yes, see, but my feet are hideous. And
I'm completely fine with not having one. It's
I'll start one for you.
No, please.
And I have terrible feet. Look, okay, so if you go to the one of my ass down, like sort of you can see how flat my feet are. They're really hideous. That's my butt.
Oh.
But if you go to the one, not that ass one, the one where I'm sitting down. So if you go, that's a foot one. That is
that's an artistic foot pic.
But do you see how hideous my feet are? You can really, I mean, they're really hideous. That's a couple.
I don't know if I would call them hideous. You have long feet.
Yeah,
they're long and flat and very narrow. And
it's almost as long as Brittany Venti's, but Brittany Venti's got like really long feet.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I don't have
like a size 11.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow,
she's like massive.
She's
gigantic peen.
I'm 7.5, but but somehow they don't look like Chrissy's gorgeous feet. So that's why I don't bother with them. I just wear boots and call it a day.
Wait, what size 11 girls compared to guy size then? Is that larger than guy size then?
I don't know.
I think so, yeah, because it would be like around the, I don't know, 14, 15 guy size, I think.
Nina, what's your shoe size?
It's weird. I vary. I have small feet though. Like I think 5.
That's very small.
Yeah, like 5, 6. Depend. Like I go.
My mom was a 6.
Depending on the shoe, it depends on the shoe for me. I
Your
go from
mom was
5, 5.5, 6.
I think that's petite. I think 7 and 8 are like normal women size feet.
It's weird because I used to be 7, and then they changed the shoe size, and then I became a 5 and a 6. It was really weird.
That is weird.
You're a 10, Nina. Stop this. Oh,
Yes.
you were talking about your
For Halloween, I'm between 2 costumes. Should I be the doll from Megan, the scary movie Megan?
Yes.
Or should I be a bat, but I'll be like the Wuhan bat? Like I'll buy a bat costume.
Okay, never mind that other costume. That's
Wuhan bat.
Wuhan bat. I'll do a bat, but like I'll make it Asian. Like I'll do like a mask.
Oh, like a
Wuhan.
Harajuku bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is already problematic.
I love it.
Yeah, you gotta walk around going like, oh what? Like,
Oh yeah.
Like, who wants COVID?
Ni hao, changgua.
Ni hao.
That's Chinese.
Whatever.
The Megan doll is creepy, but I would have to buy a wig for that. Whereas with the Wuhan bat, I would not.
I'm
need
not
to.
a linguist. No, I like the Wuhan bat for sure.
Okay.
Wuhan bat sounds more creative, but if you feel like just not being that creative, then Megan sounds fine.
Okay.
You could go as a candy corn if you want.
It's kind of boring, but let me see what they have.
I have my costume here already, but mine's a surprise. So
What is it then?
I'll tell you guys in the private chat.
Okay.
You always have to give it at least one try when someone's like, I'll tell you, like, it's a surprise. You gotta give it one try, find out what it is.
Oh my God.
But you guys are a lot to know. The audience can't know because that's
Ooh,
I
that
do
makes
not
sense.
know.
That
I
makes
do not
sense
know.
for you, Nina.
Doesn't it? Doesn't
It
it?
does.
I feel like
I
it's
don't know.
time.
It makes
I
sense.
saw nothing. No one could get it out of me. Oh, I didn't turn on my candles this whole time.
Oh,
Nina, that'd be so cute.
there you go. All right, I have to pee really bad. This was a great show.
Thanks for inviting me, Chrissy.
Love you guys.
It's nice meeting you, Nina.
What, Nina?
Yeah,
what do you
you
have coming up this week?
Tomorrow, Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern, Infinite Hope. Good news. If you're down on everything that's going on in the world, which is a lot, come and hang out with me, and I will show you that there's good things still happening. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I love that. Kiki?
Well, just Keanu C. Thompson and go to my show Keanu Cast and Untoward Tuesdays on YouTube. It's Keanu C. Thompson. You can find everything there on all of my social media.
Yay. For me, on Friday, I have Friday Night Tights at 4 p.m. Eastern on Nerdrotics channel. And then we're doing a spooky movie watch along at 10 p.m. We're watching Friday the 13th. Guess what? Because tomorrow is Friday the 13th. If any of you want to watch along with me, you're more than welcome. I'll send you guys the link. And I think it's Friday the 13th. You can watch off Amazon. I'm not 100% sure, but it'll be fun.
How fun.
Yeah. Fealty, what about you?
Well, okay. Yeah, Twitter, Ghostly Fealty if you want. I am not banned yet on my second account, even though I just got blocked by Pearl this week, so woohoo. I take that as a win. But yeah, other than that,
I can't believe Pearl
girls
blocked
slide
you.
into DMs.
What did you say to her?
Clam blocked you.
I caught her lying. She made a post of like, I don't delete posts unless like the wording's wrong. So I quote tweeted and it was like, I don't delete posts unless I delete posts or something. Like,
It was Pearl.
Really
okay, I did a total
God.
breakdown. You're talking about Clam, right?
Yeah, good old Clam.
I did on Keanu Cast last night. I did a total breakdown. I humanized her. I'm
How?
in love with her new song. It's very. You just watch it. She sang.
What?
She sang her heart out. You guys haven't heard.
No.
I actually muted her.
Yeah.
Let's
I
pull
muted
up
her
that.
too until she started.
I've muted her
singing.
forever.
Wow, guys. Wow. You really she's it's it's really something. Also, I forgot on Wednesday, I have the White Claw bus driver coming on. We're gonna raise her some money and get her job back. But
How did you get? Oh my God, from Long Island?
Yeah,
when I read that she was from Hotbog, I was like, I love it. It's classic.
if you go to Clam's thing,
Posted forever ago. Where is it? Oh, I see it.
Yes.
Oh, she's saying dance.
No,
she's
so
saying
if you go to last night's episode of Keanu Cast, I broke down the entire song. I really did. And it really humanized her because she was saying that I was making fun of her looks. So I went through and I said, these are the reasons that I don't agree with Clam or like her, but I want to get into this new track that she laid down. If you want to play it, it's really fun. It's really fun. It's a fun sing-along.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll just check it out. I didn't know she was musical.
Yeah, I didn't know that at all.
She's something.
She is
I was
something.
trying- yes.
Oh my God.
All right, I'm gonna.
Somebody in the
pee.
chat said
I
she
have to
looks
go.
like she's the missing Hanson brother. And
Bye. Do you guys want to
Okay.
keep going? I'm gonna piss my pants. Okay.
End the stream. There's nothing
Love
else
you
to go.
all. Bye.